steel a giant stands, a mech with heavy man's commands, each step a quake, a thunderous might, eyes aglow in the endless night. A taint beneath, dark and vast, power fierce, shadows cast, a mighty taint beneath its core, a warrior spirit, ancient lore. Welcome, Tainted, a lace-up tunic or medieval hoodie. Welcome, Tainted, let's talk about color, or should we? Welcome, Tainted, thinking outside the blocks. Welcome, Tainted, thanks for joining us, you rock! And have your fun hole rocks. Welcome, Tainted. Enjoy the chronicles out there in song. Welcome, Tainted. Thinking outside the blocks. Welcome, Tainted. Thanks for joining us, you rock!
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for Think Outside the Blocks, your weekly official Brickworld live stream where we talk to you about thinking outside of the perceived rigidity of the Lego medium, but also thinking outside of your mental blocks. I, of course, am one of your hosts, Mark Larson, Chief Brick Officer of Brickworld. And with me tonight, we have two special guests. I will bring them on in alphabetical order. First of all, tonight we have Brick Dad Builds. Welcome to the stream. You got to be on my left. I don't like being on the left. The guy on my left tonight, Ben Hauger, is not here, unfortunately, with us tonight, but we got Brick Dad Builds here. How are you doing tonight, Brick Dad Builds?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you this evening?
Doing great, doing great. It's always a bit of a rush to get ready and get finished. And I was some fake lifestyle shots before the stream started tonight. So it took me a couple minutes to get in the studio, but fortunately, we've got our next guest has our next guest host tonight has hosting capabilities, so he was able to open up the studio and get you situated. How you feeling?
Wonderful.
How you feeling tonight, man?
I'm doing good. I'm actually feeling pretty good. For those that are watching, just be aware my resolution may go in and out. I'm running off of an Android device. I'm not as sophisticated as some of the other hosts that you have here. So I just wanted to say thanks and fun to be here. So.
Look at a little Max Headroom visuals from you tonight. There we go.
I'll minimize
Perfect.
my movements to help it.
And here is our second guest host this evening. You guys have seen him here before. He's a very common guest host on the stream. It is Jesse's Brick Galaxy. Jesse, how you doing tonight, sir?
I'm good. A little frozen like you. It is deep freeze up here, and it has been car troubles for me today. So
yeah.
But I had backup plans, a vehicle or whatever, and we're used to it, so it's not as bad as other people for sure. We can handle it. So
yeah, we definitely had that this week.
Yeah,
and we're similarly fortunate with the heater went out in the car.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
And it's a 2012, so there was a number of other small problems with it. So we took it in the mechanic, and we were just kind of like fix everything, and then we're like, wait a minute, we really need a car. And so we were, fortunately enough, we were able to rent one, and they got it actually fixed up for us pretty quickly. It cost quite a bit of money, and we were considering just scrapping it and getting a new car, but we unfortunately dodged that bullet and decided just to stick with it because there's only like 30,000 miles on the car.
Oh, wow.
And it's a hybrid, so exactly. We rarely put gas in it. It's an amazing little vehicle, a Ford Fusion, which they don't make anymore. So even if we did get a new car, we don't know exactly where to start. So, and we don't need the extra expense right now anyway. So
yeah, I got a 2015 Mitsubishi Lancer, and
nice.
It's been to Chicago a few times. And other than that, it's pretty low. It's not under 100. It's like 88,000 miles. But the battery, it's negative temperatures all day today up here in Minnesota. So
yeah, I think you've got it worse than we do. We were in the positives, but with the wind chill, it was the real feel was in the negatives. Taking the dog to the dog park is quite a chore. I squeaked out 45 minutes
on.
Yeah, no, I don't, and that's the thing is like I don't want to stay too long because I
That's
don't
how
want
cold it is here. You need booties for your dog.
yeah, because they'll get frostbite on their paw pads.
Mhm.
So like she's only supposed to be out there for like 15 minutes, but we stayed for about 40 because she was running around a lot, and I mean she was having a great time. She's definitely like a winter dog. So, Chris, you're in the same region I'm in, right? You're around here in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Chicago
I'm actually
area?
just west of you. Yeah, I've got a couple little dogs myself, and yeah,
Yeah.
they go out, they go potty, and they come right back in. So
Oh, she's stir crazy. She's just about to turn 3 in a couple months, so she still has a lot of energy, and she likes her
Oh,
exercise.
okay.
She usually gets twice a day, but we definitely need to look in some doggy booties because I don't want her getting frostbite on her paws or her nose or ears. They can get it anywhere. They have mucous membranes as well. So I came back from the dog park, and it was come to the house. It's all nice and warm, and about 10 minutes into it, like my skin turned completely red, and like I felt like my body was on fire. I was like, oh, I guess I was out there too long as well.
Well, we've got a good bit of breeze up here in the Chicago area, so yeah, we definitely get that wind chill off of all that.
That's the problem. Yeah, especially being so close to the lake, we get quite a bit. And like we're off the north branch of the river, and like the park is right by the river, and so there's not a lot of taller buildings, so we do pick up quite a bit of the wind that comes through there. Yeah, it gets pretty cold. Got to protect our dogs. Got to be smarter than I was today. So let's say hello to the Tainted. Look who's in the chat. It's Brick Dad Builds. Rob Claxton is also here tonight. Alternate Canada is here. Papa Rex is here. Brick Orphanage is here. Paige Pritchard is also here. Gabriel Cabral is here this evening. V Mac Attack is here tonight. Audio is good, thank you, because I was certainly going to ask. And because Ben and I went live on Wednesday night for the first Brick World crossing. If you missed it, you probably don't like Animal Crossing. We didn't really announce it ahead of time, though, but we'll be doing that for now on Wednesday nights around 10 or 11 p.m., depending on the week. See if we actually make it consistent. Not sure, but I know the gain was pretty high on my mic, so I thought I fixed it. So good to know. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that a lot. Lego Team B is also here. I am so old, I know. But every time I see that happen, I think Max Headroom. It makes sense to me. First thing that comes to mind, so I do say it. Landon Bell is here. Welcome tonight. Thank you for being here. Thank you to everybody, of course, for being here. Brick Orphanage, off topic. Thanks for talking about the fun hole sets. I got the Steampunk Flying Club. Oh no, this is never my intention. It seems like Ben wants to be a fun hole fan. I'm not too crazy about even though they don't use as many figures and they're doing their original designs. I'm not too crazy about a
That's
third.
the trouble. You make fun of it. You're kind of being sarcastic about it, but
I'll admit I have a couple, and early in their start, they did proposition with a few sets saying, hey, could you do a technical review of some of their sets? So I have some experience with Funhole, and it's not bad. It's just definitely not on par with Lego yet. So
yeah, and they also reached out to Ben to see if he would do some technical reviews as well. He said no, but he has bought fun hole sets and he has built them on stream, and it's been a little for me. I'm like a little heebie-jeebie about it, but I trust Ben. So if he's going to go with it, then go with it. I mean, RLFM have done them as well, so it's a thing that's out
like
there.
Doing a movie review about a movie you haven't seen.
It feels sacrilegious a bit.
It's like maybe it should dip the toe in. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'd rather just like see somebody else's set. I'm not ready to buy any of that crap.
Same. I'm in the same boat as you, Jesse. So
we have brick stuff up here for lighting. So I know the lights is the big selling point because of the price point. But
agreed.
I'm willing to help the local artist and give Brick Stuff Rob my business because he's up here in Minnesota.
Oh, definitely.
That comes around for the community.
That's big.
Also.
100%. I agree with that. Brick Orphanage says he got the Steampunk Flying Club. It's a great build. Is on par with early modulars plus lighting included. Very cheap. So there you go. If you guys are into alternate brands, Funhole is getting some traction out there. VMAC Sex says, I feel you'd get very mixed company at a Funhole convention. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll show you market that one.
Has yet to be seen. Yeah, exactly. They need to. I mean, I don't know where they originated, but they really chose a poor name for a company and an even worse logo. The FO is just bizarre.
Well, on a positive side, they have discussed rebranding. That is a topic that they were discussing with me here recently. Was rebranding as well. So that is coming. It's just a matter of time.
I'd say anything's better than where they're at. I think I think it would be positive for them from any perspective. So let's take a look at tonight's run of show developed by Ben and me. Even though he won't be here tonight, he will be here in spirit. So yeah, the story is Ben had some plans made for him. His wife had pneumonia for New Year's, and she wanted to do a do-over. And so tonight is New Year's do-over since they're off school tomorrow for MLK Day. And so he's off on an escape room tonight, and initially thought he might be able to come back in time, but it doesn't sound like it. I guess they got to stay up to midnight and pretend like it's New Year's if it's a New Year's do-over. Who knows? So we'll see if he's able to join us. Great. If not, we've got it covered. Here's our run of show tonight. Tonight's show is brought to you by the letter W. And so the first question is, who's here? And it's us. It's me and Chris and Jesse. Here we are. We've kind of started our weekly recap. We had some car troubles. We had some dog park coldness for sure. And then we'll move on to wonderful creations. Brick Dad Builds, you got a creation to show us tonight that you're working on?
I don't really. I'm actually going through. I have a Harry Potter bench that I'm going through and revamping after the year of Brick World. It was time to make some upgrades and do some changes. So if you give me just a second. Let's flip this.
Time. So you don't got to do it right
here.
Now. You're good.
I do have.
I would say we're still going through the run of show, but if you want to go ahead and get started, I haven't even uploaded your walk-up song yet.
He's jumping to number 3.
Well, I'm blessed. I have a mobile studio here, so I do have something I'm working on. So I'll show you guys what we got.
Oh, look at all that! You just turned completely around. It's like a brand new studio.
Oh, he's moving the whole desk or something.
Yep. Well, and that's the beautiful thing of not being on a laptop is I have an Android device, so I can actually spin around. So, real quick, what we have here is working on building out an entire wizarding bench. So have Diagon Alley up here, Gringotts coming across, and then down here in the lower section we actually have London and our 9 3/4 train station. And if you continue across the bench, we get over into our Black Lake, Forbidden Forest, and then the castle down at the end of the bench. So
all right, let's do this backwards. Then here's Brick Dad Builds walk-up song.
In the corner of the room, there's a world made of bricks. Brick Dad's in his zone, working his magic with flicks. Late nights glow with colors, each piece tells a tale. Building dreams for his kids, every block a trail. Every click brings a vision, his heart starts to soar. Creating joy in a castle, can't help but adore. Brick Dad building up dreams, one piece at a time. With every block placed down, it's like writing a rhyme. Creating memories that shine brighter than gold. In a world made of Lego, the stories unfold.
There we go. Excellent. Great song.
That's cool.
I appreciate your garage, man. You've created some pretty great stuff there.
We lost his audio.
Oh,
we lost your audio.
Okay, I'm back. Are we good?
There you are. Yep, you're good.
During the walk-up song, my daughter came down to say goodnight because she's headed to bed. So I gave her a hug real quick and said goodnight.
Perfect.
So just what I was saying was this is my wizard bench that we build off of. My reintroduction back to Lego came with my 11-year-old son and his beginnings back into it, coming out of my dark ages. I've had 3 of them. So I've actually only been back into Lego for about the last 2.5 years. After probably a good 8-year break.
Wow.
So
multiple dark ages is sounds a little sad.
Well, it is, but I'm very blessed to have family and kids and stuff like that have been into it. I've gone through 3 age groups of children for a total of 7 kids now with stepkids. So it started out, and speaking of which, going back to 2007, I don't know how familiar you guys are with the origins of the designer system, the designer program that Lego had, the online computer system and stuff. I actually started back in 2007 when you could actually build and design your own sets and then order them way back with the LDD designer system. And I've actually found one in a box while going through stuff back from 2003, 2004, one that I designed and had produced. So
nice.
So
yeah, right there.
I'm sorry.
Do you have it there to show us?
I haven't built it yet. It's actually still in
you
the
haven't
back.
built it. Okay.
So
Oh, okay.
Hearts.
They don't put a
Yeah,
picture of it on the box?
yeah. So yeah, it's I have to find my instructions for it from the design
nice.
from the plan that I made, which
Right.
is funny because it's still on the LDD system, so I have to
Right.
figure it out.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Not sure you
So-
can use that anymore. I certainly can't use it on a Mac.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I do have an old PC that I may be able to pull up if it has the program still on it. So we'll
Right.
see. But so yeah, I know I kind of threw things around a little bit. Yeah, this is what I've been working on lately. A lot of it is tear down from the season of shows and getting stuff ready to start back up for the coming Brickworld shows that are coming. So
Yeah, I take it you're going to be in Indianapolis?
yeah, I'm hoping to. I haven't confirmed yet. I still have to do a space request, and I know the timeline is getting real close on that. But yeah, my plan is to be there.
Excellent. I was to say, I'll pull up. If you want to explain to people, I'll see if I can find some images. I don't think I've downloaded the Holiday Joy ones actually yet, but I probably have some images of your creation from Fort Wayne. Do you want to explain to people what you bring to the shows? Because it's a crowd pleaser for sure. I can see it behind you.
Yeah, actually, what I bring, let me get a better view of that, is back behind me here, Hogwarts Castle. My normal builds, or what I do is I've taken what Lego has given us, and then I build MOCs off of that to expand and elaborate on what Lego Stories already given us through some of their IPs and their individual sets and stuff like that. So Hogwarts Castle being an icon of pop culture and stuff like that, I bring that. It was a little, I don't have everything plugged back in, but I do have an entire lighting system inside there that accentuates all of the builds, all of the aspects of that. Everything from the water in the lake to the bridgeway, to each of the individual classrooms, as well as the cave system and stuff underneath Hogwarts. When it's actually built, the entire castle, standing from tabletop to tip of the spires, is about 38 inches in height.
Yeah.
So a lot of people wonder, how do you travel with Lego? That's something
Right.
that is a unique aspect in and of itself, is you either build it to travel or you learn how to drive very carefully.
Yes.
And hopefully don't get hit in the U-Haul you're driving.
Yeah, that. I think what people appreciated about it is because it demonstrates a way to like take the official sets and like do something different with them and kind of build out and build something unique that Lego doesn't necessarily offer, but you can still be creative with.
Yeah, well, that was one of the things I wanted to focus on when I was actually building it also, was making short videos of how to build, because that was one thing with this, is it was a modular system. So being able to learn how to build modular components to then fit into that system was key for me, was being able to do tutorials on that. So I hate to plug it, but some of the videos that are going to be coming to YouTube are shorts that I did on the other platform that just got kicked to the curb. And
TikTok.
That one. So I'm in process of editing those to get them onto YouTube for the tutorial aspects of how to build into a modular system outside of the city modulars that are 32 by 32 or 48 by 48s, narrowing it down to a 16 by 8 and building modular systems like that. It's a wonderful way to get into building more.
And please feel free to plug your channel. Tell us where you're at, what you do there.
Oh, pretty much every one of my socials is going to be brick period dad period builds.
Nice.
So yeah, so you can find me, brick.dad, just like my name down there. If you hit that, it should pull up any of my socials, whether it's TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook. I just opened up a Facebook page as well now, so I'm working on getting my stuff on there as well.
Is that Hogsmeade, or I'm sorry, is that Nocturne Alley and the platform 3 3/4 going to be part of the display this year?
I have to figure out a way to display them.
Okay.
But yeah, because right now the way that Diagon Alley is set up, it's actually on a riser above, because I have train tracks that actually run all the way around, because it's not a static 9 3/4 train. Right. Hogwarts Express actually runs around the entire bench.
Okay.
So it's not a static train. So I do have
Yeah.
it on a riser. So being able to put it all together on a bench. But yeah, I definitely, if I can figure that out, I could bring the entire bench and fill up a 12-foot, 14-foot section of display space. I've got some good stuff coming for Chicago this year.
Excellent.
I'm doing another collaboration with my lug, the Fox lug, out of Green Bay. We've got a zoo build that's going to be coming that is going to be expansive.
Yeah.
We're looking at probably about 48 by 48 mills plates.
That was one of my dream builds when I was a kid that I never actually finished. Actually, Ben and I have been talking a lot about the ideas books, if you guys remember those.
Yeah.
There was a zebra pattern in one of them that you were supposed to put on the side of the battery box for the monorail. And so I was like, I wanted to use it, cut it out, and put it on the side of a horse to make a zebra. And I'd never actually did that.
My library here.
An entire what's it called? A start for a zoo. Yeah, there you go. That's one of the more modern ones. But yeah, we did a whole we sat there one night and talked, just Googled as many of them as we could. I know I have them somewhere, but I just haven't had the chance to find them quite yet. Some mad guy in the chat. Not sure who this jackass is, but Larry Motter. I don't know what he means here. Any ideas? I'm confused.
Well, I'm just going to say one thing, that if he's in the chats, why is he not in the camera?
Right.
Just saying.
And according to him, TikTok is back. Paige Pritchard confirms that. We were watching it earlier as well. I did notice that they're doing a little weird, it wasn't enforced. The ban went into place, but no one on the government side was going to enforce it, and then they just closed it down. And then they were like, "Oh no, it's better now. Never mind. We were just joking." So I think it was only down for 8 hours. Rob Claxton says working on 2 builds for Chicago. I am also working on 2 builds for Chicago. That's my goal, is to bring Victor's Hideout and this pagoda house. Caesar Herper suggests a people zoo. That's one of the collabs that we've been talking about doing for a long time, which quite a few people have been excited about, but our group has never really pulled the trigger on. I don't know what we're doing this year. I think I need to catch up with them to see if I can help. I offered some help and then didn't help, and that's just typically what I do in that group, because I fall off the face of the earth for a while because reasons,
That's how it works.
Yeah, exactly. Exciting stuff going on for you. And the idea, like I said, if you guys ever get a chance to go to one of the expos and see what Chris brings with his amazing Hogwarts, it is really inspiring, and people just love it. I mean, it gets a lot of attention, gets a lot of people taking a lot of pictures, posting on their socials because it's inspiring to kids, and it's just a better presentation.
It's an extensive story that everybody loves to share, and
very much so. Whether
you've read the books or seen the movies or just interacted with it in general, it's something that's familiar that people can relate to. So it's a fun build.
Yeah, I think like I said, I think it inspires young builders, or even old builders, new builders. It inspires new builders to get into the hobby and be creative in that way. If they started as set collectors and they want to get into some of the mock building, it's a good stepping stone. Yeah. I mean, because I would say the official sets are definitely in there, but I would say, what percentage would you say? Because I'd say at least 70%, if not higher, is all original builds in your Hogwarts.
It's probably about 75% now. But yeah, 75% is about what is mock now. And a lot of it is, I'd say probably 30% of that 70 is official sets that weren't made to go into Hogwarts, but were made as shelf displays. So what I've done is taken those shelf displays, rebuilt them into mocks to go into Hogwarts.
Gotcha. Oh, sweet.
So yeah, it's a good example. Up here on the shelf, there's a book series of all of the classes that they did that are they're just little open vignettes that you can open and play set. So what I did was I took that series, built that entire series into mocks to go into Hogwarts.
Perfect.
So all of those classes got built into it. And that's one of the things is when I first started to go to shows, to the expos, was being able to set those out as well. And people could look at those and say, oh, I have those. And then being able to physically stand there and tell them, find it in the build, so they could relate. Oh, well, that's there. And I said, this is what I did. And then they could see that taking this is this is what Lego gave us. It doesn't have to stay this.
Yeah. I love that.
We're not just builders by instructions. We're builders by imagination.
And that's what we want to inspire people to do with the Brick World brand.
Yes,
Definitely. And so
exactly,
it's like
100%.
it's nice that you and builders like Joellen. Joellen does a lot of like she beefs up the she chunkifies the Winter Village sets.
She's like a master at chunkifying.
Yeah.
If you give her a set and she can just yeah.
My example
she
tonight
marshmallowed
will
it.
be a chunkified set.
Oh, sweet. So according to this guy, Larry Motter is Harry Potter's Lego building cousin. He built his own version of HP sets. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Larry Motter and the bench of Lego Harry Potter. Gotcha.
The Pig Beer Express. Yeah.
Yeah. The Pig Blisters Express. Yeah. Yes, exactly. All right. So, Larry, are you ready to show us some stuff tonight?
Larry.
Oh, Jesus, what's wrong with me? You said Larry Motter. I got Larry stuck in my head. Jesse, Larry's not here, and if he was, he'd drop something.
Come on, you usually just get the brick and the bricks wrong.
Exactly. All right, so Jesse, which is your actual name.
If that's your real name.
Right, and I was gonna play Larry's Castle Falls too, and so my mouse is over it. So I was looking at the word Larry. We just talked about Larry.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm not even gonna play that now. But I got a different walk-up song for you if you're ready.
Hey, sure.
All right, this song makes no sense for you, but here it is. It's a quick one.
A world torn apart by fire and flood. Mutated platypus rise from the mud. With venomous claws and duck-billed beaks, they protect their home from the human freaks. Through the ashes and skies of red, platypus badasses busted heads. Through the ashes and skies of red, platypus badasses busted heads. This is the dawning of the age of Apocalypse. Mutated claws rise fierce and venomous through shattered skies and rivers of rust. In the age of Apocalypse, we fight, we must. Humans beware, this land is not yours. The platypus reign in apocalypse wars.
All right, Jesse, sir, you are up with your Apocalypse mock, right?
This Jesse over here. Yeah, so I've beefed up a set. It's kind of the best way, I think, to learn to be a mocker, right? I was
Agreed.
listening. You start with something, and my theme will be Sonic. So this is like something I had to break the seal on. It's the first ideas set.
Oh, wow.
It is relative now because the movies are on round 3.
Yeah.
But I think this came out a while ago, and I just had some kids at the museum like, you should build a Sonic set. And look at how tiny this thing is. It's basically 4 studs apart. It's 4 studs wide.
Yeah. But not a very deep set at all. I'm disappointed you're not redoing the Campfire Clash set.
There'll be some platypuses maybe fighting Sonic soon.
VMAC Attack suggests that it's Larry Motter and the Chamber Pot of Secrets. Joellen Child is here. Good evening, Joellen. Thanks for joining us tonight. A little late, but busy putting plastic on the windows. Yeah, I know. We've been talking about the deep freeze that we're in. It's how we started the evening. But here we go. This is
That's a little beefier than 4 studs across, right?
Quite a bit beefier. I really like the Sonic dash lines you got going there.
I've done this with Flash. I've done this with Quicksilver. You can make this pattern and it flexes to whatever you desire. Just trying to match the shoes and the hands and the socks there. And we've got Sonic running around, collecting those rings and taking inspiration from the grass of the set. And let's see here.
Yeah, the grass looks great at a wider, at a deeper width, a deeper depth, a wider width, whatever I'm saying.
Beautiful thing about this is it's actually wide enough that it's a play area. You can actually go in and do stuff in it as opposed to that 4 stud wide linear run. So
my plan is to put this at the museum. where the trains are. Imagine where my finger is, like, or my arm is. A train's going by, and this is the corner where we have plexiglass hiding and kind of protecting it. So the corner of a square layout with the round train radius being.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
so
that'd be
this-
nice.
Yeah, so this is a modular thing to set right into our train display.
Sweet.
So we have a base plate, and we have some 16 by 16 studs, creating that bridge just like the set, but you can definitely play around with it more.
Yeah.
And the other thing I beefed up was the loop.
Yes.
This was upside down.
Mhm.
The stickered loop, which is not
Oh,
too
boy.
great. There's some
Boo.
stickers on there, and it was
See,
a
we got a
li-
boo.
it's a little
Boo
too
for
small.
stickers.
Like, you can't even barely get the guy in there to do a loop.
Oh, right.
Wow, his head would literally just stay stationary when he ran around it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. Ben is suggesting it needs more campfire, maybe some s'mores.
More campfire and
Campfire
s'mores.
knock.
We need s'mores.
S'mores. Okay, that could be done so fast you would not even believe it.
We're about to have our minds blown here. The speedy campfire. Yeah, there we go. There it is. Asking ye shall receive. That's great. Now, I really like the bridges. Is that the same width that they are in the original set?
Yes. So I haven't made them wider. I kind of like the narrow, like
I would say,
the risk of going across a narrow bridge.
yeah, that's my question. Do they need to be wider?
I don't know. Yeah, that would be. That's why we're on this show.
I kind of like the narrow bridges with the wider aspect because it gives it some
Totally.
dynamic of depth.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm on the same page. So the other thing I did is I made these loops wider, but my idea is for action, he's gonna run up this side, come back on the outside. He'd maybe come on a bank right here, and then go up the inside again, so you can do both loops.
Oh, that's nice.
Physically, it looks like you could run both loops. It'd be tougher to show with the shadow thing, but it's a start, and I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's very colorful. I'm thinking
I can see
spring
motion
vibe.
through that build. So
Without
it's
doubt.
not a static. I can actually see, because it's Sonic, I can see motion and direction through it. So I like that.
Cool. Yeah, he can be. It's been a while since I played the game, but I also liked in the set that they had these little floating platforms too, so it gives a little more vertical depth. So making this a little taller. It's only 2 studs taller, but it definitely looks better. Like he fits halfway in there now.
Yeah. I know. I do like it. You can tell right away. And I appreciate the fact that you brick built the pattern, because that seemed like a no-brainer the first time. I didn't even realize those were stickers until you said that that's what they was.
Yeah.
But they was great. Good job
They
on the
was.
grammar, Mark. I didn't know that's what they was.
So and then that mockifies it better, right? I didn't just use the set. This is the set. Inspired by, made my own loop. So made things bigger, added this thing. I'm not sure. I'll probably make more of the sunflowers. I might have to come up with a different little plan. And I haven't put this guy in any kind of vehicle. He might need something to add to the scene. So I'll probably stand up there for now, but I might mod the Eggman, Dr. Evil kind of. I got to make some droids from him and stuff.
We've got a suggestion for a Robotnik construction train car.
Oh,
That's quite the villain.
Yeah.
Because that's Egghead, right? Is that Dr. Robotnik, or is that Egghead?
Robotnik. That sounds right.
Okay.
He just has egg-looking droids and.
Oh, so when Ben wrote him a letter last week, he was insulting him as Egghead. That's not the character's actual name in the game. I don't know how things work.
Evil
robots.
So yeah, I've been working on this just a couple of weekends, smashing it out. And like I said, it's a seasonal drop in. I've got a Minecraft thing that's covered with snow right now, which is the exact same equal size of the base plate with the little corners.
Okay.
So it'll drop right into place when winter is done. My plan is to add this to the spring changeover
Nice.
It was
with
a good-
campfire.
Yeah.
And now with campfire. Now with more campfire.
And the color and the foliage makes it a good spring addition, I think.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, the palm trees look cool. Is that the official palm tree from the set?
Yeah. So I haven't adapted that yet. It's going to be hard to maybe have those same shield patterns.
Oh yeah.
It does keep it video gamey the way they made it. So we'll see if I can upscale that too, because making the loops bigger, those might need to get taller, and I might have to source more parts. This has been made with outsourcing parts yet.
Yeah, that's a good job. Without it, it's like
I
every time
I haven't bought any extra. Yeah, nothing.
I make a list every time.
That's
I build
always
one,
the
I'll go to
key,
house.
not having to buy extra.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wish I could stick to that key. I've chosen some pretty difficult colors to just have laying around. VMac Attack says Eggman is a nickname Sonic gives him. All right, thank you. I don't.
Speaking of which, Mark, I'll just have to come shopping at your basement. So
Yeah, exactly. It's something that it probably can happen. It would certainly help the organization down here do a quick little fire sale. But in case you were wondering what Sonic has to say to evil robots, you can check out this little video that Ben made last week.
Dear evil robots, did you think I wouldn't hear you creeping up to snatch my rings? And my s'mores? Snooze you lose, egghead. Got a jet. Sonic.
One of my
Wow.
favorite things we've done on this show is that dear enemy, dear challenge advertising video that Ben brought up last week during the close calls. I'm looking for my second mic here so I can start I guess I could just play my walk-up song and get going with that. All right, so thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Chris, for sharing your builds.
my pleasure. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Appreciate you guys being here tonight. And with that, I will play my walk-up and get my camera started.
That looked like a newer video or a different video than I remember.
There we go. Oops, I did this wrong. There we go. That's what we want. All right, so that's what we're looking at. Let me switch my mic over so I can go sit by it. It's been a while, I think, since we saw this because my audio was not working, or my camera was not working last week.
That's correct. Your camera was not working, and there is significant differences I can see already.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah.
All right, so here we go. This is 2 weeks worth of building, even though last week I only got a couple hours in. This week I was able to get a lot more done. And I really started trying to get that house up to the full second floor and moving on to the third floor for the center. Obviously there was an abrupt stop in there before I was able to get to the full third floor, or the roof for that matter, on the other two shorter floors. But this is the basic idea we're going for. We got a bigger tree back there. I added more roof to the patio. Thoughts on this? Any immediate feedback just from what you're seeing?
Looking like it's coming together really well.
Ooh, thank you.
I like the building balance a lot more than having that deck out there.
Okay.
Even though the entire build's not symmetrical because of where the building is positioned, but I think having that second floor instead of the covered patio area, I like that a little bit better. I definitely,
Awesome.
Yeah, I definitely feel more of a cohesive building.
Cool. Good. Thank you. Because I was starting, the more I looked at it, the more I was getting a little worried that it was kind of getting crowded and that the two side buildings were kind of crowding out the center. Now there is something that I've been doing where I forgot, like basically the walls of the side buildings, like this building here and this building over here, they're
Uh-huh.
basically 2 bricks thick in order to get the depth of the paneling and the doors and windows in there. But
Mhm.
what I had done on the first floor was the edge of each was on a corner brick. And so when I started the second floor, I started building it out square. And so it's pushing that center section back a stud. And so I can get that center section actually forward 1 stud. I just got to go through and kind of take those,
Um,
replace those square bricks with corner bricks.
without being right in front of it, I honestly can't tell from
Okay.
this depth right here that it's set back that much. So
Okay.
it's a negligible from this vantage point right now.
Mm.
All right.
So
Good.
unless it's like a major, it's irritating you. I wouldn't worry about focusing on that so much. But
I think the only thing for me is like you can actually it pushes so far back that like if you're looking at it at the right angle, you can kind of see that it doesn't all meet up.
okay,
Mm.
So I think
For
that's the
me,
only thing
it's
I want
like the vertical lines are there. It's like
to.
stacked
Okay.
instead of Padoga getting smaller and smaller as it goes up.
Yeah, which is what I'm trying to accomplish with that third section going taller. And so I think that's
There you
kind of
go.
like I've gone back and forth with the two outside sections being too tall and if I should take that second story off. And so, but now we're going tall with it. So,
Oh, okay.
so that inside section. So that was kind of one of the questions I had is like, I don't know if the center section is tall enough. Like if the roof started there, it might
it's
end up
it's gonna
being at the
feel
same
extra
level.
high because of the
Yeah,
fact that you have that rock base underneath it as well. So don't
yeah.
overstress the height side of it.
Okay. But I do like Jesse's suggestion that it should probably reduce more. And like the center section is kind of expanding outward, so maybe I should look at that a little bit as well. Instead of bringing it out more, I should probably maybe bring it in a couple studs, and so let the roof kind of breathe a little bit.
Mm. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that center section right above the moon area, stepping
Hmm.
that in a couple studs. I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the exact area I meant. Yes.
If that was your plan, I'd say probably that's the right direction.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. I'd say, and like I like the screens that I'm putting in above the crescent moon window because I think that top floor would be more of a screen open area. I need a lot more of those lavender fences though in order to accomplish it, and I'm not sure that they're inexpensive. I haven't looked yet, but I only had 2, so I have a feeling that they're a bit rare.
Mm.
Um, and then
How many do you think you need though?
I I don't know. See, the thing is, if I'm going to go with that same shape window, I need more than 2 in there because there's a gap on the bottom of the top. I can also reduce the size of that circle by a brick, and that'll probably solve it.
Okay.
My initial thought was to have 2 or 3 of those screens in a row. I think if I put 2 screens above that center section, that the crescent moon window, we're going to have some pareidolia. And I want to avoid that for sure. Also not sure exactly what I'm going to do above the front doors. I think maybe I think maybe that tower, the center tower might look a little flat right now with all the accoutrement with the roofs coming off of the other
The
2
the vertical
levels.
face of it being just very flat and vertical.
Yeah. I suppose I could step the second level of the center tower back. I haven't even tried that yet. Right now it's just such a weak facade that I haven't really played much with it, and I'm sure I can achieve quite a bit more depth. I mean, because that might solve a lot if I'm able to, if I step the second level of the center tower back, that might give me a lot of room to play with
Yeah,
the
even
depth of
one stud or
this.
two just to give it a little more
Yeah,
depth.
I think it'll let the entire thing breathe a little bit more, and that'll be more like what Jesse was talking about, how those houses actually look, that they have
Yeah.
more open spaces, and they have more a little bit more Zen type quality to them. I do want to show you how the second level is shaping up with that because and with the covered walkway, there's a deck above it. Just raising this up, and I'll tilt it down real quick. Sorry if I'm making anybody seasick.
Goes slow.
Oh, really?
Oops.
I was rolling my desk around here a minute ago, so I think we're okay.
But that's so smooth. That's what's really actually your studio is excellently smooth in the way you're able to transition between the two.
I appreciate that. I'm going to upgrade my audio, my video system here, so I won't be as pixelated and bad here for future ones. So
You're all good. So yeah, and then the other big addition I made is that weeping Japanese maple.
Right. Yeah.
I added some more branches to it. I made the trunk. I made it. It was really tall the last time we looked at it, and I brought it down a little bit. It was all way too heavy. It was falling over. I think we're losing the bamboo garden and the birch trees now. I think that tree's either a little big or it needs to move over to the right some, which there is no creation there at this point. So that would probably entail
here's
expanding.
a question.
Yeah.
What if you swapped the bamboo with the other tree and put the bamboo on the corner?
Okay, so hold on. So the bamboo would go where?
Where the maple is.
So it would go here, and then the maple tree would go here, over behind the house?
Yeah, literally just swap them from side to side and put the color behind the house.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will try that. Yeah, that might work really well. The other option I have is like right now this pool is rather wide, and so I can kind of move this in so the pool's like here, and there's more land here, and one of the trees, maybe the birch, can go down there.
Okay.
So
I like the maple where it is, and like the idea of maybe some of the color from those leaves could be on like just spackling the ground of the rocks down there.
Definitely. There's a big open section here that I haven't filled in yet that I want to get some roots in. And so that would be a great place for some of the leaves to fall. If they were even just like, I love this idea. And so I've got some right here. So I'm just going to start doing it.
That's it.
Even if there's one on the floating in the water.
Oh yeah, bringing some of that color down into that rock to offset the gray. Yeah.
Yes.
That's giving it more lived in.
That's a great suggestion. I love it. Thank you, Jesse.
You're welcome.
That's excellent. And so, yeah, I haven't done anything with the bridge. Haven't done anything with the extensions to the land and make that all connect. But it's been concentrating on just getting the building itself done. I am out of the lavender tiles, and I did order them from Bricks and Pieces, but it is one of the pieces that's on that isn't a bestseller. And so it's been quite a while since I've ordered it. And I'm not sure if they've forgotten about me or not, because I don't remember it quite taking this long before. But yeah, this is where we're at with the Pagoda House, and maybe one of these days I'll be able to say, like Ben does when he's getting close to the end, like, I think we just got a couple more weeks with this, because right now I think there's at least a month left with this.
Right.
Especially when it comes to ordering pieces.
Yeah. You can be very happy where this is at, and it wouldn't take, for me, I would be so easy going about topping out at least, if I had to slam something to get it show ready.
Yeah.
The volume of the building feels very practical to architecture of a livable building.
Awesome.
Where's the Tainted at? I haven't seen a comment in a while. I don't know. Where he
I
at,
know I haven't
Tainted?
either. I know I've been looking over to see if I've missed anything, if I need to jump over and hit some comments.
Are
and
you
there's
there,
nothing.
Tainted?
Did we bore you to tears with the Pagoda House because you've seen it so many times?
Well, from what I see, we have 22 Tainted in here right now. So thank you for those 22 that are here. Don't forget to like, follow, and share to get this message out to everybody so we can share Lego with everyone. So
yes, please. We would love that. Yeah, I'm going to make my way back over to my computer, and I seem to have blocked my way. I don't know how I got over here in the first place.
There's Lego to step over, dog to step over, what? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. I must have walked around the camera or something. But yeah, hey, look, I'm back here. Let me switch my microphone back. Let's get us back to here. There we go.
On the wild world web of W's.
All right, so let's bring
wow
up
factor. That has a wow factor. I like it.
Show run again. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this week's Lego news, which I think there's really only one we haven't discussed on this yet. I was switching my audio over, and that would be the Cullen House. But if you guys are fans of the show,
you know that we're almost at an hour, and as we're transitioning to the next segment, I'm going to go ahead and take
Mark needs a break.
A little bit early. I'll see you guys in 2.5 minutes.
A wise man once said about Mark, you think he drinks water like a great white shark. About every 60 minutes, he's gotta go. Nature calls 2, sometimes 3 times a show. Hold the stream, he'll shout and dash. The show is live, but he's off like a flash. Instead of telling him you hold the stream, Ben provides cover, the perfect team.
Yeah.
But let's get into some of the news. Do you need the bathroom break before we go?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take the bathroom break now, and then 40 minutes later, I have to take another bathroom break. Like, hey, I made it 2 hours. Now it's like, well, now you're making up for lost time. So I'm gonna go. Oh, here's the right one, and I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Of course you are.
You're gonna go. Why don't you start with those? Because unfortunately, I have to use the bathroom again already.
Cool, go do it.
What's it called? What's BPH?
BPH.
Ben plays a tune 2 minutes long while the Tainted sing along. Keeps the show rolling smooth, no rush. Mark mutes his mic so you can't hear the flush.
Mark is muted, so let me unmute him.
The reason I mute myself before I go is because I like to keep listening to what's going on, but I don't want everyone to hear me pee.
Yeah, I managed.
It's been 60 minutes since I last went, so I'll mute it and I'll be listening.
Fair enough. Yeah,
You'll be listening to me.
Hey, Mark's gotta go. No interrupting, the stream's flow. He'll be quick, won't take too long. He'll be done by the end of this song. Hey, Mark's gotta go. Mark's gotta go. Hey, Mark's gotta go.
All right. Perfect timing. 2.5 minutes. I tell you, that'll do it for me every time.
Now, since we just came back from this, I wanted to point out something real quick. Is Mark, I understand that us men of certain ages do need something like that. So I'm just going to point out that this curtain right here is my restroom in my build area, just because it's right here. So just so you know, you're not alone in this right here. So
don't forget to mute.
Exactly. That's right.
Yeah,
so
don't forget to mute.
Just automatically mutes our mics when you're playing a song too. So all sorts of good news when it comes to that. Let's see. So we had some comments come in. Ron Smith, channel member, said we're just listening.
There they are.
Brick Orphan says my October 9th bricks and pieces order just shipped on Thursday. Okay, so I think I ordered later than that too. So good to know. Alternate candidate says I'm here just stressing myself out multitasking, looking for the stress relief. All good. VMAC Attack says Twilight set. What year is it? Yeah, exactly. Not bored at all. Just crafting things to sell at a nerd market. Awesome. All right. So glad that we can provide some good background noise and some comfort for you guys this evening. Going to go ahead and take a look at this thing. Hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, you guys, how excited are you about this set? Brick Dad Bells, we'll start with you.
Wow. Okay. So there was a set that just recently came out that was a creator set, that was a house creator set, which looks remarkably similar in shape to this set, which so on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm not a fan of the Twilight Saga to begin with, so right. I'm at a 3, maybe a 4 for this set.
Yeah. How about you, Jesse?
Yeah, it's middle of the road, if that, because I don't know that experience of what it looked like, but right. I like the building. We don't have anything like this yet that I know of in this earth tone, not quite Frank Lloyd Wright. modern open window architecture. I'm a big fan of architecture, so
Yeah.
and I'm sure this is just what it looked pretty darn near what it looked like in the show, so you can't really blame them if it matches somebody else's idea.
True.
It does follow the style of the story and the house and the storyline, so it does fit that very well.
So Ron Smith says cool architecture, could care less about the figs. Brick Workman says the Twilight sets. Hoarder 66 is here. Thanks for joining us tonight. Joellen likes that tree. I like that too. Brick Workman says Twilight set looks like a solid parts pack to expand upon. Yeah, I like the dark orange parts pack. Are those? Is that dark orange? Because I don't know if we have dark orange windows in that.
Parting this set out would definitely be beneficial,
like
but as its own general structure, I don't see the enthusiasm for it unless you're a story fan. Parts count, I think it's right around 2,200 or something like that.
Let's take a look.
Yeah,
it is.
I'm going to start with a 5, and then based on I haven't looked at it, enough of it to give it bonuses or negatives.
2,000 pieces, and it's $220.
So we're paying I'm not seeing the price per part on that. So
no, neither am I. Reed is here. Good evening, Reed. Thanks for joining us tonight. Paige Pritchett says it could be modded easily to Cameron's house. That's exactly what I was going to say. It reminds me of Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That's exactly what I think of it. Yeah, that's in our neck of the woods too, isn't it? Brick Dad Builds. I know the high school was my roommate's high school in college, because every time we watched that movie, they told us it again and again ad nauseum exactly what parts of their high school were being shown and how many.
That's here local to the Chicago area. So now the catch with this set is there's also a friend's house that just recently came out as well, which 100%. is very similar in structure. But a much more colorful house. So unless you're specific on these part colors, I'm kind of torn with that.
Yeah, I agree. It does look similar to the shape. Again, they're going for something specific. I think and this was an idea set. This one idea is we're going to take a look at this, because I'm not sure. It doesn't look like it does. Reed asking if the garage door works, but it just seems like this is a generation too late. Like, do the kids still like Twilight? Is there enough millennials and Gen Xers that were into Twilight enough to be like, oh, I got to get this house? Is this reaching out to non-Lego fans is this a bridge for
seems
Lego
very
fans?
Late.
It's to reach out for certain millennial AFOLs that are out there.
I seem to remember these books coming out when I was like in my 20s. Am I wrong? Was I 25? What year did these come out? I'm looking for these houses.
Yeah, that sounds about right for our age. Jesse, you're pretty close to the same age as us.
Yeah. I just remember the show. I wasn't really into it.
Yeah, I did. Was it a show or was it a series of movies?
It was a series of movies.
Yeah, so you really weren't into it, Jesse.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't binge it? No.
Garage door is not functional from what I can see.
So this is the one I think you were talking about, Andrea's Modern Mansion?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, built into the side of a hill. This is a much cooler design. Rob Claxton says, he's saying hi to people, never mind. Omega is here as well. Not like a related Brick Dad Builds. I really like the desk setup that rotates. Agreed. Love that. 370 Beach Street, Highland Park. Every once in a while you hear it. Thank you for bringing me back to that, because every once in a while you hear in the news that house sold. Curious how much of the Lego fan base and Twilight demographic lines up. Same. Are they just like, oh, it's nerd stuff? Collectors collect, right? Brick Orphanage, just the 10,000 that voted for it. Yep. There's at least that. Twilight is corny, perhaps. I was like, this Twilight is fire. Then I'm like, I don't think that's the fire emoji. My eyes are getting a little old.
What's corny is what they did to that face and that minifig.
I was always told Twilight was corn for girls. Tony Stark's house got vandalized. Zenial here. I hated the Twilight series. Sparkling vampires was not my thing. I'm gonna look for that other creator set house too. But here we go.
Speaking of the sparkling part, there are some unique prints on the minifigs. So there is a couple one-off minifigs that'll be associated with this set if you're into that for collector aspects.
I wouldn't know the first thing about the names of these characters, But since it's the Cullen House and that's my mother's maiden name, and now you guys have one step closer to being able to hack my accounts and steal my identity.
Oh no.
I'm sure some of these have the name Cullen, and one of them is probably, I can't even think of the main character from this. Vera, Twyla, I don't know. But here they are. Yeah, these are the and these are very cool molds. They actually look rather Harry Potterish to me.
Yeah,
to be honest. But I like the corsets. The scarf is kind of cool. I mean, I wouldn't say no to these torsos because I do like to make custom characters for things. But it's been a while
Torso
since
printing looks good.
Torso printing looks real good. So good character design, from what I understand. Let's see who they think that the set is for. Got any lifestyle shots? We sure do.
I'm sorry.
I mean, what is on the table?
Yeah. We've got the bowl there, right? Yeah. Bowl Legos.
They nailed the Jen.
Wait, there's that urn up on the shelf up there.
Girl.
There is an urn. We do have an urn. We don't know who's buried there. But what is this? This is some sort of face down paper mache doll. And like her kid, this is definitely like 1983 because her kid made an ashtray in art class, and she has it out there on the table.
Yeah,
denim skirt or jeans.
The indoor pine tree over in the walkway. I like that.
I thought this is what Brick Orphanage meant. Burger King crowns. Where? I don't see them. Yeah. So yeah, this isn't even like off to the corner. This plant over here. She's got another bowl here, random bowls. Artwork not even hung. Yeah, at least she doesn't build her Lego sets in the foyer, like right inside the front door. Mac Attack says, "Is that a sausage maker on the shelf?"
Yeah.
I think it might be actually. It's definitely
the meat process, the manual meat processor. Yes.
Look at all of this. It has to be.
Probably makes like sliced bologna or something.
In the shape of humans.
Well,
and that's what's in this
the storyline for it is, vampires and werewolves. So there's got to be some sort of processing of stuff.
So we can agree that is a sausage doll in that bowl there.
I would say yes.
Rob Claxton says he was either in 7th or 8th grade when the Twilight Saga first came out, and all the teenage girls then went crazy over it. Mm-hmm. No, I do remember women going crazy over Twilight. I think I was working at a bar. I think even the women at the bar were like, "Oh, Twilight," and like all worried. Maybe that's when the movies came out, and they were like, "Oh, the movies are going to do this, and they better do this, and blah 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 blah."
2008.
2008. Okay, so yeah, that is about the time I was 25, right? Ish. I don't know. I can't math at the moment. Meat grinder is to dispose of the bodies that were drained too far. That makes perfect sense. All right, so let's take a look at the interior of the. Wait, more lifestyle shots? No. Okay. The wolf is rather blocky, in my opinion. That's what you do with it. You just put it right on your little curio.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at. They have this broken down here. We can take a look at these pictures in a second, but I want to look at the way this goes together. Here we go. It's a pretty smart design. I don't know how close this is to the ideas submission.
I do like that it is a full structure and not a dollhouse style. That does, bode to its collectability side of it a little bit more.
I like the angle. I like the retro modern. Everything about the architecture here is. I will probably get it for that and steal.
Yeah.
Even the furniture looks like they carry over that angle onto one of the tables inside.
100%.
There is an excessive amount of stickers in this set.
Is there? That's disappointing.
All of the interior decals and everything for records and displays and stuff inside are all going to be stickers in this. So that's a little bit of a downside in that respect.
So, although we don't do this, I am going to venture a guess that is dark orange and brown, and I like the way that they look together. I like that we're getting some dark orange windows, if that is the actual color. But because we have the reddish brown on the railing, we're getting that reddish brown old space ladder, I guess I'll call it for lack of a better term. I don't mind the color scheme of this and a parts pack for the more neutral colors. I like the use of the bread loaf piece on the top floor in that, I don't know, Shay's Lounge,
Okay, yeah.
maybe? That's pretty cool. Twilight books, I believe, came out in 2005. First movie was around 2008. Okay.
Correct.
Yep. Excellent.
Yeah,
excellent.
no, this is something I could definitely see myself purchasing on sale price a ways down the
that's
road once
22.
it comes out
30.
on sales.
Okay.
Yep. I don't think it'll be a sellout backlog issue.
Yeah.
But
Good.
I love the house.
Yeah, I wonder if this is one that we will see on clearance. I appreciate the level of detail in the interior. So I do want to take a look at more. We got a little grand piano, which is cute.
They're using that new piece. Where,
Yeah, stickers. Look at the albums are definitely stickers.
They're blatant too. It's very identifiable.
They're definitely listening to Yogurt Funny. That's one of their albums. That's actually from the books?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a band called Yogurt, and their album is Funny.
Something like that.
All right. So Hoarder 66 says it is dark. If it is dark orange, I will buy it for the parts. Yes, good call. I like the island, the open kitchen. It's a very nice layout. I would buy a house
Plenty of room for
like
a
this in real life.
in there.
Yep. Yeah, bookcases galore in this house. So you got the piano again, the kitchen again. You got this little area over here. Just looks
Floating
like the front of the house.
staircase to nowhere.
Floating staircase to nowhere. You always need that. It goes to here. You got one stud to get. Zoop, zoop. You got an inch along here, otherwise you'll fall. There's that Shay's Lounge or whatever. Is this a bathroom? They love putting toilets and things. Oh, they're not showing us. So yeah.
Yeah, I want somebody to mod that red truck and then add your Ferris Bueller characters.
Yes.
Mod
it into the. Oh, hey, what you got here?
Jesse, I love it. Yeah, I want to see what Jesse's got right there.
Me too. I'm working on it. Hold on. There we go. Without Ben here, we don't move quite so quickly.
Oh, the art museum.
That's
staggered
excellent.
out. That's very nice.
I love that.
So maybe I have another use for these guys.
That would definitely go with that house if you put a Ferrari in like a glass enclosure on.
Change those guys out.
Let's see.
Queue up the music.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It does
actually,
appear...
yes, I believe the piano is in the garage based on the first floor plan.
There we go. Yep, you can see it right here. The piano is in. Whoops, I'll point here.
Or is that right above the garage?
The piano. Nope, it's behind it. The piano is definitely this thing here.
Okay. Yeah.
With the floating staircase behind it. Yeah. Take another look at
the fake garage. It's just like they do fake elevators. I hate it.
Well, you've got your rant ready.
Yes.
Yeah, with the staircase behind it. If we go back here and look.
So the garage is actually the reverse side of a bookcase with the piano right next to it.
You got it. That's where you park the truck. You park it on top of the piano.
Yeah. The garage has been converted into a music room.
Yeah, I mean, which actually used to happen in the suburb that I grew up in. Like people would convert their garages to living room so that they could have so they could have more space in their house.
I think Iceberg is in a garage for his Lego room.
Lame, says Friday Night Bricks. All right, so I think that's about all we can squeeze out of that news.
Well, you gotta show. Is there no picture of the sparkle face?
I don't know what that is, but I'll look for it.
There's not one on there. You'd have to find it individually.
So there's a second-sided head. They painted it silver, metallic silver, and then painted the skin tone over it, and it just has this awkward freckle face look.
In this set?
Yes.
Why?
Is it Edward or I don't know. Yeah, the vampire figure, the vampire character is a sparkle face.
Brick Orphan says clever play feature. You open the garage door and the books all fall out. Yeah, that would be. That is not a convenient setup at all. While you look for that, Jesse, I'll go ahead and bring up the the other new set we talked about last week, but we got much better pictures of this week. The Trevi Fountain. Realizing now that the building is nude.
This probably won't be a good.
Oh, here. I would say you can share your screen if you can find it on your computer, but hold
Well, I
on.
just pulled it on my phone, but yeah, maybe I can pull it on my computer.
So that's the sparkle face there.
Yeah, it's terrible. Sorry.
That looks like a normal face.
It is. It has a very light translucent
I'll
type
get it on.
print
I'll get it on.
over it.
Oh, you're good. You're good. I expected something different from the way you guys described it. VMAC Tech says, "Is it better than the Lady Iron Dragon fail face, Jesse?"
Lady Iron Dragon fail face. I don't know what Reed's talking about.
That's not Reed, it's VMAC, but still doesn't make it any more clear what's being said there.
Lego sparkle face. Let's see if it pulls up. No, not yet.
So I'll just scroll through some pictures of this while you look for that.
Now, Mark, do we have a retail price on this set?
We sure do. It is $159 for 1,800 pieces, or $160 for about 1,900 pieces. So,
Okay, so 200 pieces less than the Cullen House and about $45, $50 cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good value here. I mean, it does come with several minifigures, even though they're all white. Like I said last week, I like the statuary a lot.
Oh yeah, they're super great for statue figures.
Yeah, say Jesse, whenever you. Oh yeah, all right, go ahead and bring that up, man. Oh no, you're not there yet. Whenever you find it, just go ahead and replace this. We'll hit that real quick before we finish up here.
It's here.
Now, having seen this, I think this is a great representation of the fountain itself. So I think this is actually a really good architecture set.
Me too.
It would be a wonderful display set.
And it does say architecture on it. So I don't know when the last time we saw an architecture set was, but it does say Lego architecture. So that line is still alive. I know last week we were talking about it. Yeah. Some people were like
that.
Oh, here we go.
We did this.
Let's hit this real quick. So now I see it. He's got glitter on his face basically. And his eyes are like glowing.
Golden.
So he's a vampire?
He's a Twilight.
And that's the reverse side of the head, the double print.
Okay, why do vampires have glittery faces?
Part of the story.
So VMAX says from the Ninjago movie,
but
it turned out terrible, but somehow the keychain over it looks fine. So Lady Dragon fail face from the Ninjago movie. You got to brush up on your Lego history, guys. We should have known.
Okay,
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
I can look that up next.
Cheap
keychain.
So yeah, I don't know what it was about the image we saw last week, but you could not tell that that the color was nude. Again, I'm assuming the color is nude because we don't do this, but it does look like the nude plus color to me anyway from this compared to everything else. I think it's definitely a bigger scale than the last Trevi Fountain, which again, to compare the two together, this one blows the other one out of the water.
Yeah, this is substantially larger.
Yeah, it's just a much better design. I do wonder what this half dome piece is now.
Which one?
This I don't know if you can see my mouse here, but it's above the center statue. There is a half dome piece. It looks like creating the vestibule above his head.
That's one of the clear trans cockpit windows, like the one that was used. I don't have it. I think it's boxed up, but there was a window piece that was a half dome used on a couple Friends sets, so that it could open.
I don't know what else it would be. It's not a very interesting piece to make in a different color, like a naked flesh or whatever we want to call it. Brick Orphanage, I do agree with you. They've been killing it the last few years with these bigger architecture sets. Much
What's
different
that?
than the
About a
original
6
line.
by? Is that a 6 wide?
It is.
Okay.
I do also appreciate we've got some Technic pin connectors here in white. It looks like. And if not, that's the bread loaf piece. I think it's the bread loaf piece because we see some 1s and 2s. Actually, it might be a Technic double pin holder. It looks like we got some windows here with perhaps a flesh
flesh
glass.
background. Yeah, Mary
Yeah.
Wilson designed the set. She used to work at Brickmania.
Okay.
And she explained it to be the sunlight from the other buildings are reflecting off of the white
Oh.
structure and giving you those tones, which allows her to show more of the architecture off.
What? That's awesome. Where'd you learn this?
When they did the set reveal at Lego and they pulled the cloth off the thing, I was like,
Okay.
I know Mary Wilson. She used to work at Brickmania. And so this is a big set for her, and the way she described some of that shows you how it was ramped up
Oh, I love
from 10 years ago for sure. Even the stone, like in the waters and were explained, like all of that is actually white, but because of sunlight reflections, we can kind of show off some of the more texture or whatnot.
Yeah, I want to
Hey,
guess
Mark-
here that this is. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you pull up the entire list of all of the pictures there on Lego? There was one that's a pretty good close up of the statue itself. Scroll down. Right there. It has a good look at that arch piece that's in there.
Yeah, it sure does.
Did you guys notice the little dog, the old dog head too? That's a new piece.
Oh, here?
It's like the old dog.
Oh, yeah. It's a separated. Yeah, it does look like that.
But it's got different legs. So they took the mold and did like some sort of
decapitated it and put a bar on it. Yeah.
Mhm.
And again, this does look like this is Technic pin holders from this angle.
Yeah. That's that tall or that.
Yeah, this is great. I wonder if there's wings on these horses because it's Pegasus that are in the water. But I think we were talking about this last week with the this is who this is for. I think maybe Ben and I looked at this in our meeting this week because I remember very specifically talking about this MC Escher shelf back here that you can't tell how deep it is.
Yeah.
I think that was in our meeting.
Wood on wood paneling and wood shelves.
Yeah. If you can see where my mouse is here, I do believe this is representing the fountains that are on the side of this, like the people water fountains, because water comes out of this and you can fill your water bottle with it because this is potable water. It's part of their drinking water system. It's actually was part of the original aqueducts in Rome. I went on about that last week as well. I don't see wings on the horses. That's disappointing. Maybe I can modify it because I actually do want to get this and build it. Lots of little trophy minifigures in this. In white. Ooh, I like the way that they did. She did this railing on top here with the clip, with the Avengers like power piece.
Oh yeah,
the double reverse clip.
Yes,
that's great.
Yeah, I really like how that turned out. That's beautiful. That's super smart. I want to steal that now in lots and lots of ways. Let's see. Yep, you can put it next to your antique camera. And the antique stone.
Another option too is if you were able to get 4 of those to actually build an entire structure, take the fountain facade off, you would have a phenomenal old classic building, early European styling.
That would make a great facade. Yes, I mean because that light flesh color, like there are a lot of brightly colored buildings in Rome specifically. But I mean, all over Italy, everywhere we went. But it was like that's kind of what's inspired me to choose these brighter colors that I've been using in the Fabuland stuff that I'm building. Paige says this one is super cool. Might be the next big one for me. Yeah, good choice if you're only making big purchases occasionally.
Get your shelves ready by turning your books backwards.
Yeah, a lot of potential in this set for not only its own set, but also for repurposed into modulars or other builds. So.
Don't show any bindings.
Yeah, Paige, get started now. Turn all those books around. Could you imagine if people actually stored their books this way?
Like, that's the new thing.
That's hilarious. Why on earth? Why?
Every read would be a mystery read.
I mean, blur them out or something. I don't like turning them all around. Oh, that's hilarious. Good call, Jesse. Good catch there. Yeah, and it does look like, I don't know if this is glass or not, because it looks like the glass holes are here, so it might just be brick behind this. I don't know if we're going to have the flesh-colored glass for these. Looks like it's just an empty frame. I do appreciate the different depths of water. Oh, here, sorry. This window right here, above the statue on the right.
Okay.
So I thought maybe there was flesh glass inside, but it looks like the holes that hold the glass are. How is this bird being held in place?
That's
Hmm.
got to be just sitting there. That's not.
Or is it on a?
That doesn't.
is
That doesn't make sense unless that is a. No, that doesn't make sense because that's a window frame.
Is it on
Yeah.
a 1x2 with
A jumper.
with hollow studs?
Be
But
a
I
hollow
thought
stud holder with the bar.
Oh,
and the
a
bar
reverse.
holder.
The one by reverse.
yeah, but I thought the bird had a tube on the bottom. What bird is that? Come on. Yeah, well, it looks like there's no. It looks like they're both just sitting there.
That,
Because
are
wait a
those
minute,
birds
no.
or are those flames? Like
It's a frog.
the feather.
It's a frog. So
That's
is
that's a
yeah.
frog. Okay.
that is a frog for sure. So and the you can see the minifig statue has a plate underneath it as well. So those are 1x2 with Apollo studs. And woo, figured that one out fast. Good
Yay.
work, team.
Debunked.
Just
Nicely
imagine if we wasted
done.
time talking about color.
Exactly. So last thing I'm going to do before we move on from the news, because like I said, there really wasn't a lot this week, so we can get right into the silliness. I'm going to check
Awesome.
Jay's Brick blog real quick and see if there isn't anything we missed. I'll check Reddit leaks, but I won't bring any of that up. So which ones of these are you guys getting? Are you guys going to do Cullen House? Are you going to do Trevi Fountain? Are you going to do both? Neither?
I'm considering the fountain. It's personal to me because I've actually visited the fountain. So
Yeah, same.
I would consider that one for definitely a shelf display for me.
100%.
Actual build, not just parted out, but to actually display it.
Yeah, I think first release, I usually wait for a gift with purchase, but this kind of set probably would or coincide with anything that doesn't match.
Right.
But the Cullen House, I would wait till 20% something.
For sure. I agree.
Yeah, there's a couple other things here on Jay's Brick blog that look like they're official, but there's some brick heads and a Valentine's Day Insider Points thing. We'll save that for next week. We usually throw that in once everything's up on Lego. Let's just check real quick.
There's a current GWB that's out right now, which is the Valentine's gift. If you're looking for something like that and you need to make a purchase of something that's already out and not a new item, I would definitely consider that. It would be a great gift to put together for a relationship or just for a loved one.
This thing right here?
There's that one, and then there was also a flower heart.
Oh,
there was a second one.
Didn't see the flower heart. Okay, hold on one second.
Unless that's the GWP. Okay, yeah,
one.
that's the GWP. The other one was an actual Valentine's set.
Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can find that in here. Yeah, so that's the current gift with purchase. Is this the flower-shaped box or the heart-shaped box with the flowers underneath it, and nothing else seems new here. Love bears. One of my least favorite things.
That typewriter could
and
always be
flowers.
fun. So
this bush plane looks new. That looks cool. Technic sets are always fun. I don't see anything. I think it would be under. Would that be under like holiday or something? If we were going to go for theme or creator.
yeah.
We got plenty of time. We're way ahead of schedule, so I'm going to go.
Well, I know you guys already
right
covered all
around
of the
here.
newer Friends sets last week or the week before. But there is a lot of potential with those for rebuild as well as parts on
100%.
those. So
I picked up the Beekeeper's House and Flower Garden. I haven't actually put it together yet, but this is a very cool set.
now, was there any interest in the Soapbox Derby sets? I know they did. They just recently did an in-store make and take, which was a hamburger Soapbox Derby car. So
yeah, I didn't show any interest in them, but what do you guys? How do you guys feel about these?
I think there's potential for it. I think it's something small that can be affordable to build. So if you've got younger kids or interactions with youngers in that respect, I think it's something fun that kids could be creative with making those and actually getting multiple kids interacting on them. So from that perspective, as a dad, I think it has a lot of potential for kids to be able to build sets that can actually be used and raced.
I can see Lugs coming up with a challenge, like build your own soapbox derby thing using whatever CMF, come up with your own.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you could CMF the cars like crazy and do personalized, sig fig soapbox derby cars to
Just
actually
get those
do.
new wheels
So,
and figure
That
out your own
almost could be
car.
something fun for a Brick World event.
Oh, absolutely. It's something I can see David Turner doing because he does the stunt spike challenge, which kids definitely like, and they don't sell those anymore. We have a bunch in our merchandise booth. Got to have it. Got to keep your children in a single color room with no windows or furnishings. I wish these had pullback motors like the stunt spikes did. Actually, when I first saw these, I thought that's what they would be doing.
Oh yeah.
It does look like the frame, like the chassis, is like a single piece.
Yeah, I wondered about that too. Again, we have gone off about this quite a bit because Ben had his whole toilet diatribe. Yeah, they do look like they're one piece.
Yeah.
They remind me of the old basic wheels.
Yeah.
Like a 2x6, and it's all one piece.
Well, there's actually a release mechanism at the top to be
is.
able to release them, so you can actually race them together. So
push.
Yeah, you could just like this. You could
just like this off the side of the table or the bookcase or whatever. Yeah.
Or bookcase, whatever they're building on top of.
Pretty much how they did soapbox derby back in the day. You just had, gravity, and you went down a hill.
Yeah.
All right. So Reed says he's waiting until March for the magical transparent box. What is he talking about? Anybody know? Is that going to be a big
transparent box?
Maybe,
would that be the Cullen house, the
there's
Twilight box?
There, there's those piece just parts sets.
Yeah,
just parts.
Oh, like, yes, that does look cool.
There's the transparent parts pack.
Oh yeah.
I agree. I would like that one too. I put that on the list for a set allocation for Brick World this year. So we should have quite a few laying around as he does verify.
Like green brick.
New creator sets. Let's see. VMAC Tech says soapbox racing would be a good activity for scouts or educational. Friday Night Brick says soapbox racing, distance and head-to-head racing. Soapbox runs on gravity. I know, I'm aware. Still, I'd like to see pullback motors. Do they call this soapbox?
Yeah,
they do. Okay, fine.
To make a variation of this, to have pullbacks would be cool. Yeah. Yes, I agree on that.
It is a new chassis piece and new dual molded wheels. It's classic. Whatever.
The one with the wheel off. Oh, you could really see it if you could zoom in on that.
Yeah, I sure can. Yeah, we did take a look at that on this stream, Reed. And yeah, there's a lot of unique transparent parts in that set. You're gonna love it. It does appear like they are separate.
They are separate. Well, that's good for different part molds and where their feet might stick through, or if they're sitting down.
And this rubber is separate. That's a real thin rubber. That's interesting. So yeah, I mean, that's more exciting than I thought it would be for myself. Fun figures, good personalities, good hair, good color hair pieces, lots of fun stuff happening there. Let's see if we can't find this creator set that Reed is talking about, or classic, because this does look exciting, and we have talked about that on here. So I know that the images are around here. Give me a second, because it was doing this to me in Chrome as well. That's why I had to switch over to Firefox. There we go. Hey, check it out. See if we can find this transparent box. Here it is.
Parts packs, yeah.
It literally called, as he said, the magical transparent box. So that's what he's talking about. I was like, is that a Dungeons and Dragons thing, Jesse?
Reed's got it figured out.
But yeah, he's going to freak out over these transparent arches. Like, how many of these boxes are you going to buy, Reed? There's at least 3. I see 2 on the unicorn here, 1 over here. Oh, there's 2 over here. So there's at least 4. But yeah, there's inverted slopes.
I know Ben said he would be on board last week for a couple
inverted slopes. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So let's see. Omega says, growing up, we had Pinewood Derby in Scouts. Don't really know how Soapbox Derby works. Yeah, we had Pinewood as well.
Soapbox, you're actually life size.
Oh.
You sit a kid in, like, you make
a
skateboard, and you take a box that used to hold soap, like a milk carton.
Yeah, a crate, a milk crate.
A milk carton on a skateboard, and that's your soap.
Wow. That is quite different from Pinewood. Pinewood was like a little handheld like these. So yeah, we're more of a Pinewood Derby than a Soapbox Derby.
No.
So yeah, I'm excited about this one as well. The little hanger piece, we certainly talked about it. I don't know, that's got to be in something else now. But yeah, we got inverted slope curves. And we've got slope curves as well in transparent. Let's see if we can find one. See,
Nice.
really excited about this. I love
Those are going to be amazing for waterfalls.
Oh, definitely. I mean, just think about people who love making stained glass windows in their castle creations.
The red, yellows, and oranges if you're doing lava flows.
Well, that probably fits
definitely
inside the arch too, so you could have different tones.
Yeah. Exactly. Reed says, I might have to make changes to my translucent trains between Mad City Train Show and Brick World. Translucent trains. I need to stop by your
translucent train ready.
I have to stop by your display more often, or everybody's display. I don't get to do much at Brick World anymore.
Well, we'll definitely work on fixing that for you, Mark. So.
I will say though, this would do great for water, yes. However, I don't think it's a great parts pack for the lava flow, as you were suggesting. Unfortunately,
that's what it's hard because we don't talk about color. So, is it a red or is it more of a purple?
It looks like the transparent magenta, or the trans dark pink.
Okay, so space lava, got it. Okay,
it could be a friend's volcano.
Pirate space lava at the laundromat.
Pirates, 100% at the Galactic Pirate Laundromat. Yes. So cool. That's plenty of set discussion. Let's see what else we got in our run of show this evening. The next thing we're talking about, since the week's news was rather short, and we're barreling forward here at 8:30, which is fine. We can end early. My husband would certainly love that. We're going to talk about some wacky things, and then we'll talk about wishy-washy, which sounds like a close call. And then we'll do some rants if you guys feel like you're up for ranting. I know, Jesse, you were ranting about a little something earlier that might make a good one tonight. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember thinking, like, that'd make a good rant. Jesse, hang on to that. But I didn't say anything about it.
I've got multiple things I can rant about, and one specifically I'd like to
ranting,
if that's their real name.
Love that. As VMAC Attack suggests that it's more of a cloud cuckoo land volcano. Brick Orphanage also says most creative boxes just seem like Legos dumping out their leftover parts. This is really good and unique parts. Yeah, I thought so too. I think people are going to be excited about this one. All right, so we can move on now to our wacky things. So you guys get to play Ben this week. Let's see. Let me pull this off the screen so I can get it set up without giving anything away, because I don't know what slide I'm on actually. There we go. This is yet another creation another concept that I came up with, and we'll see how I did with my own idea. But we've talked a couple times about we were going through our favorite themes when we were kids, and kind of how we knew when it was going to die when they came out with a tertiary wave that just kind of tanked the entire thing. You could tell Lego was giving up and not exactly putting everything towards it that they want to. So we thought we'd check Stud's phone for some tertiary waves of current themes, and see what might be coming down the pipeline here. So you guys ready to go on our tertiary wave ride here?
Yeah.
I'm frightened, but let's hit the surfboard.
Frightened like this guy? Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to wiping out. So let's see what we can do.
You should be. And actually this will be fun for me too, because I didn't have time to go through the slideshow to make sure I had everything in the right order. So this may be just like a complete mess. So here we go. Let's take a look at our first tertiary theme here. Friends is doing well. We looked at one of these sets earlier. They came out with some really great architecture sets this year, right? We saw the one that reminds us of the Cullen house. We saw this house as well. They got that castle bed and breakfast, beekeeper's cottage and bee farm, or whatever the hell it's called. It is called the beekeeper's
new restaurant that they just came out with as well.
And restaurant's very badass. Like they are reaching new heights. And so if they were starting to branch out, go into a tertiary theme for Friends, what direction do you guys think they might go?
Well, they just did an airport too, so I don't know. Maybe a yachting club.
A yachting club. They had a racetrack theme for a while. Like they've kind of like they've hit every corner.
They have. Yep.
Thoughts on where they can go next?
Lifeguards.
Lifeguards go full on Baywatch with Friends.
Full on Baywatch.
I'm ready for some Aquanaut style stuff for them to go under the sea.
Oh, absolutely. I do believe they've done that as well. They have like some shipwreck exploring sets.
They've done some
kinda
scuba
hit all these
divers with
things.
one little mini sub, and I'd love to see that explored some more, so we could get some more of that aqua and translucent blues and stuff like that to get that in for some more water builds.
I would love that. So the direction that they're thinking about going, according to these leaked briefs that we found, Friends World War II battles, not quite that, but they've gone this direction before. If you guys remember, like the early 2000s, they had a tertiary wave from Castle that people were really excited about, and it was a real quick flash in the pan. And then you guys remember what that was? Friends Bank Robbery.
I think I recall that. Yeah.
It was everyone was excited about the Dwarves mine, and it looks like that's the direction they're considering going next with Friends is the Heart Crystal Dwarves mine.
Yes.
Heart Lake Dwarfs. Okay, yeah, I could definitely see them bringing in an Elves line with this as well, and just totally, maybe even crossing over to the D&D Friends line.
Hurts my heart. I love that Elves line. Friends the College Years, VMAC Attack suggests. Yeah, so I remember I still had a good relationship with one of the Lego designers when Friends was canceled. I believe this was like 2018. I believe we were at Brickworld Milwaukee when the news came through, so at least we were all together and could get each other's backs for the heartbreaking news. Paige Breek says leaked briefs, new Friends medical set. As Ben had his diatribe about Depends a couple weeks ago. That might have been during one of our Animal Crossing streams, so you guys might not have seen it. The reason they canceled the Elves line is because they were making room for a line that might have like taken the same audience, and they're like
a safety hazard of putting a
that makes sense. I could see them not wanting to double over on another line.
Make Friends Elves again. But the only thing I could figure out that they came out with, so that's what the designer from Lego said to me when he's like, "Oh, don't worry, I think you'll like the new line that we're coming out with instead. It has, similar parts and colors." The only thing they came out with that was similar at all afterwards was the Trolls movie.
I could see them doing like a fuzzy head for the Friends figure. So
yeah. Well, that's what ChatGPT made for me when I asked for a troll. A troll heart crystal mine. It kept making like the troll dolls, and I was like, no, not like those. Fun fact: even when I'm doing trolls, ChatGPT does not like to put shirts on minifigures for me. But let's take a look at some of the other sets from this.
There is ChatGPT has its own Mark algorithm. It must.
I 100% believe that because they're starting to become very similar to each other. So
we actually have suspenders on this one,
but not a shirt.
or the toes are sticking through his pants.
I know. At least he has 5 toes because I think most cartoons have only 4. So I was pretty impressed with that. But this is ChatGPT's interpretation of a catapult.
Okay.
This is what we got. But this is the as they had in the Dwarves mine. This is the Crystal Heart Mine Defender. So he's loading up a catapult with some heart crystals there. And then, of course, you need a cute little dwarves riding some
I can tell you right now, I wouldn't be opposed to having some of these crystal shapes.
I know, right? There's several. The hearts are fun for sure. But the even these giant, like they kind of found like the Lego crystal shape and made giant versions of them.
Yeah.
I would not be opposed to those. That's
pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like the burp piece crystal.
Yeah, exactly. We may see these. It's always possible that they'll these will be part of the August wave or maybe next January. Who knows? It seems like they're in early development because it seems like they're developing these images with ChatGPT.
Always have that fall into a troll mine.
Yeah, and
coming this fall.
This is adorable. As much as I tried to make this look like an actual roller coaster that was fun, ChatGPT really wanted to make it one level. Even after repeated requests. I also don't know why ChatGPT wants to make everything a base of like several plates and/or bricks.
Yeah,
but there we go.
Right off the edge.
There we have it. So here's the most important question: who is this tertiary wave for? Tertiary.
Who do
you think they're gonna market this to?
I would have to say Troll Bros.
Troll Bros. Perhaps. I think you might be onto something. Jesse, what do you think?
Could be trolls on the internet.
Trolls on the internet.
Yeah.
It's also a very good guess, and definitely two things I considered when I was making these. Real quick plug for Crazy Bricks. Reed says that Crazy Bricks makes large crystals. He makes 2x2x3. Crazy Bricks makes some pretty cool stuff. He makes some custom minifigures as well. So check him out if you got the time. Good third-party market seller. But no, what they're going to aim this at is young men who are friends curious.
Oh yeah, okay. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna lie that, you know, sometimes if we watch the background, we'll see friends happen. So
Friends does happen.
You know, it happens. So
They've come up with some amazing sets. It's kind of like I never had the stigma in the first place for myself personally to be like, oh well, they're for little girls. I don't want to buy any. I think I bought like half of the first wave because I was like, look at these colors. But yeah, no shame in friends happening.
now I'm going to throw this out there and say this is a phenomenal sailboat for a friend set.
Oh, no kidding.
So
that is absolutely. Let me get you up on screen there so you can show it off to everybody.
So yeah, if you have an opportunity to pick this up, the brick built sailboat is a phenomenal boat. The sail, the mast, it is a traditional mast. The interior is totally the playability is great on it too.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely don't discount friend sets just because you don't like the figures.
Yeah. Are you talking to someone specific?
Not at all. You know, there's always options. You know, Funhole has bell heads. So
yeah, that's true. And in this person's defense, I do believe she has said that she likes the friend sets. She just doesn't like the figures. So she doesn't discount the sets. She just throws the figures away, or probably gives
totally defendable. Totally defendable.
Yeah, exactly. Friday Night Bricks suggests that it's for Next to Night Lost Souls Gone Underground. VMAC Attack says the sets are good, but the mini dolls need to take an acetone bath. Oh, yikes! Or you can give them to somebody who appreciates them. That's another way to handle that. But all right, let's see what else. What other tertiary waves Lego is?
I have a comment about this lifestyle shot here that I'm a little concerned about, and that's the basement stairs that actually go somewhere. I don't see a ladder that goes nowhere, so I'm a little concerned about that.
They must have been in a huge hurry to get this all done and probably put a different set in this 4 times because I forgot which one this was for.
I think those are the apocalypse sets.
Now that is something unique. Is there's actually a bike in this one? So
yeah, which you bring down to the basement. I think he came directly home from school and wanted to make sure that nobody saw.
So
what he was doing.
That lamp almost fell over in the background.
The Friends Curious builder. It happens.
That is a crazy lamp behind that bike. Yes, and that bike does appear to perhaps be a unicycle. The one thing I will say is about the Friends line itself, and I'm glad that you brought it up. That you showed that particular set is because they've done more exciting things with color theory than any other Lego line. They're coming up with these themselves, and everything has some sort of like tertiary color. Speaking of tertiary complement color scheme that is really great and something more compelling about design that they don't introduce in other lines. So that being said, there's no ladder to nowhere here. The stairs do actually go somewhere. He's just really concerned that some of his bros at school are going to find out that he bought a Lego friend set. So he had to get home quick. So luckily these stairs do appear to go to, well, maybe not. I don't know. They get pretty close to this rafter. I don't know if you could actually make it up to a door.
Rafter, pretty much.
It does not seem to be a hallway here to hold so maybe that is a ladder to nowhere after all. But yeah, you guys, we brought this up earlier, the Galactic Pirate Laundromat, as seen here in one of the first waves from this particular theme. Where do you think they would take this particular line to a tertiary wave? Tertiarily.
Wow. See, this is very hard for me and difficult because I'm a pirate fan.
Yeah.
So, and being able to see this right here and the fact that Pirates of the Caribbean sets killed the classic pirate line, I could definitely see something like this for a guy like myself. A mustache dad that's looking at pirate stuff. So,
yeah, absolutely. So if they were going for pirate dad mustache dads looking for pirate stuff. What direction do you think they might go?
Definitely in the exact opposite direction. So something back towards the Friends Curiosity set, I think.
Okay.
So.
Jesse, thoughts?
Struggling.
You're good.
Keep going back to Skeleton Crew, Goonies Kids, something like that.
That might be fun. That might be a better idea than what they came up with, because they seem to be going the same route that they went the first time with Pirates. Real quick, I want to bring this up. Rob Claxton says the only Friend sets he liked was the Botanical Garden. That's a good one to like if that's the only one you liked. I think your opinion is wrong. I think there's a lot of amazing Friend sets out there, but everyone has their own thing. So unfortunately, it looks like they went the same way that they went with Pirates 1. What does this minifigure look like to you?
I'm feeling some very space pirate vibes off of this. This is this would definitely go with the new CMF steampunk figure.
100%.
So yeah, I could definitely see this or the pirate figure out of the new CMF line as well. So
Reed is, of course, looking for Space Nexo Knights. No, unfortunately, as Ben would probably have been able to identify this, but they went the same direction they did with Pirates 1 when they got into their final years. They went with Spanish Conquistador space pirates.
Oh, okay. See, I should have got that because I just picked up the CMF Conquistador.
Oh, give me a second.
I just picked up that CMF, so I totally missed that. So
I was trying like crazy to get it to make that exact helmet, and I even looked up the actual name of that helmet, which I don't remember at this point. But ChatGPT really did not know what I meant. But yeah, here we go. And as similarly as they did the first time around, when they screwed all the pirate fans over. Rob Claxton says, "Don't get me wrong, Mark. It's just the mini dolls that got me not liking the theme." Understandable, but they're still really cool sets if you look past the mini dolls, besides just the Botanical Gardens, in my opinion.
Tall people versus the short people were in war
exactly.
here.
Yeah, right.
Mini legs.
So here we got almost the exact same concept as Pirates 1. We've got a lagoon lockup. We've got a pirate hideout with there's no ship. There's just a sunken ship back here.
Okay. Yeah, a bunch of masts underwater. I get that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, we're looking like we photoshopped some dumb stuff out that ChatGPT was making.
Well,
cool.
That could be that it's an entire steerable asteroid. That the asteroid is the ship itself, because there's a helm's wheel right there to steer from. So
just sitting there, yeah,
having multiple masts, I could see that.
The background is much more exciting than the set itself. That's for sure. And then, of course,
I see where they got the inspiration for the Galaxy set, the Milky Way.
Yeah. So. That's definitely, I think, where this started. You are correct. And then, of course, like the final pirate ship in the line is this stupid little skiff with one sail. And
I don't know if I would say stupid, because this would have a good price point for that intermediate build category. So
that's true.
I definitely see potential with this.
But if you're a fan looking for a big old pirate ship, a new one to come out, and this is all you get, and they call it
this would be very
ship.
Underwhelming. That is correct.
Yeah.
I'm feeling very Jack Sparrow with this.
This is your Inquisitor, whatever.
Yeah, Spanish Armada.
Because you get 2 bad guys and 2 good guys. And
exactly.
Battle pack.
Yeah, but I think usually you want to see a bigger set with more minifigures when it's called Pirate Ship, you know. VMAC Attack is actually full price Jones first day on this one. Landon Bell is calling back to Interstellar from these. Yeah, I think it's the Nebulas all over the place. So yeah, if they were going to market this towards somebody, who do you think they were aiming for with this tertiary wave of galactic pirate laundromat? I can never remember the name of this line.
It's definitely going for the Ben and Jerry's hippie vibes with the cosmic flavors there.
Yeah,
I'm getting the whole gamer vibe off of this.
Gamer, yeah, I would say that looks very gamer to me because of the excellent backgrounds. But for the sets themselves, it looks like they were aiming for it. Sometimes they go quite literal. Spanish conquistadors who own laundromats.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
if they want to go for the obvious side of it, just
right. Right. Sometimes when I'm in a rush, I don't feel quite as creative. VMAC Attack says intoxicated channel members or intoxicated hosts.
I feel very called out by that comment. That's kind of mean.
I've watched back, you guys, some of these holiday streams that we did. Oh
Right.
my God. Oh my God. Yeah. So someone wasn't paying attention to the level of whiskey left in the bottle. And that guy was me. That is for sure. So let's see what else we got.
That's why
here.
you always take and pour into a glass before and keep it out of stream.
And just leave it there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Keep it out of reach during the stream is probably the most important part.
No. The glass, you just keep the level at the same. So you always top it off. That way the level in the glass never changes.
Yeah, but then when I fill it 50 times, I'm like, oh,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Gone? Oh, dear Lord. Yeah, I haven't started yet tonight because God knows. I lost control a couple times during the holidays for sure. And I got to be up at 7 tomorrow.
Wow. That Fern is hiding that ladder to nowhere so perfectly.
I know it's like this, it's getting pretty crowded. I wonder why he has. I wonder what happened that I gave him 2 hands somehow.
Whoa! Yeah,
I didn't notice I did that. Yeah, you gotta hide the counter to get the ladder behind it, and I must have just accidentally nudged this layer over. Oh well, he's got a freaky hand. It's ChatGPT. It's his hand looks a lot less creepy than most hands that it creates.
That's
so
true. The finger count is right on that hand, so that's at least nice. So
that always helps. Who knows how many thumbs he had because I cut that part of it out. But so this is going back to. It took me a while to even find where I first came up with where we first saw the Skunk Bros theme. It was back when we were talking about all the camping sets that they had, and of course everyone remembers the Skunk Bros camping set, like this one here. I think people really like this RV. That was a popular one. But if they were going to go somewhere with, we've seen several Skunk Bros sets since then. We saw the Valentine set. We saw the F1 Racer, the Skunk Bro F1 Racer. But if they're going to go tertiarily from Skunk Bros, where do you think they're going to go?
Whoa.
I could definitely see him pushing it towards the Sonic camp outside of.
Right. That's definitely a possibility.
I don't know. All that skunky broness might have to visit the laundromat.
They might have to. They might be astronauts going to the galactic space pirate planet.
Well, there's also the skunk weed gardening. If there's some skunk brew, it's.
They start their own brewery. Maybe that's where they go next. Friday Night Bricks must not have been here during any of those other episodes where we had the Skunk Bros on, but this is definitely his theme. I 100%. Maybe it's the Skunk Bros Mall. VMAC Attack suggests this is Chima Reborn. Reed is celebrating that this exists, and it definitely does. You might be able to find this on shelves now if it's not on clearance. But it looks like. This is the set that we found. What do you think they're calling this wave of Skunk Bros?
Get off my lawn, Skunk Bros.
Rabid skunk. I'm not sure.
Get Off My Lawn is the name of the set.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Get Off My Lawn. Okay.
But the theme is skunk boomers.
Skunk boomers. Okay.
Skunk boomers, here they are. I don't know who these people are, and this person and this robot that's on their lawn. But
Lego is for everyone, so
that's right.
Age does not limit who gets to build.
That's right. So you got to say, "Okay, boomer." You can have the kids over, and everybody can play together, right? Come on.
Right. Exactly. Yes.
So let's see what else is in this tertiary wave of skunk boomers. This is Skunk Bro teaching his dad how to use an iPhone.
Wow. Okay.
Reed said there's too many open flames for boomers.
Yeah, I'm totally able to relate to this, so I could see this.
Yeah.
So
I'm down for the sneakers.
Yeah, you can tell that it's father and son for sure. No matter how many times I asked ChatGPT to dress them differently, this is what we came up with.
Well, at least they have shirts on.
And it looks like Skunk Boomer dad in this picture is actually understanding. He's actually as aggravated as Skunk Bro son is. It looks like they're making some progress. And then, of course,
my button.
There's this one.
Fake news.
The newspapers and on the news.
Skunk Boomer yelling at the TV.
Yeah. Old skunk boomer yells at
Well, I
TV.
know Lego tries to avoid being political, but this looks very Republican to me, and I'm just saying, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it definitely has a demographic. So
Ron Smith loves the teaching session. I actually do too. There's a couple of them that I photoshopped together because ChatGPT actually did really well with this one. Friday Night Bricks recognizes his grandpa. So yeah, maybe it feels political to you guys, but it's just like in this world, this news reporter just happens to be a fox.
that's the vibe I was getting from this was Fox News with the newspaper and yeah. The only thing I'm really hoping is that that's all printed tile and not sticker.
I think for a tertiary wave, we're probably out of luck. I think even the TV is a sticker. I think the walls are stickers because for some reason there's
I would love if that Fox figure was actually like the upper torso of a minifig inside a box. That would be great.
That would be fantastic. So you can actually get the minifigure with the set. Maybe it's a gift with purchase. We'll see. What they end up doing. So, you guys, who do you think this tertiary wave is for? And now I am grabbing the whiskey, by the way. Just
well, we're definitely going to throw out boomers. So
throw them out as not an option, or throw them out as an option.
Oh no, that's like the only option. This is for boomers.
Okay, Jesse, do you think there's another option? Because there is.
Oh boy.
Is it for the alpha generation making fun of the boomers?
The boomer kids, yeah.
You nailed it. It is for Gen Alpha, Gen Z, whatever. One or two of them. But however, they are so freaking annoying themselves that he's actually streaming this live build while he's driving. Because as annoyed as he is with boomers, he's got a lot of bad habits himself.
That is not unrealistic. That is phenomenal there. So
that is not unrealistic. And he brought his books with no titles and his Sakura plant with him too.
Yes, yeah. There might even be a ladder on the roof. We don't know. So.
You might be able to multitask better with 3 fingers. I don't know.
Right.
The boomer dad is in the trunk in the urn, but we're not going to go there.
That is probably one of the worst hands I've seen in ChatGPT, by the way. But yeah, it's for the generation that says "Okay, Boomer," is who this wave is for. So we got one more.
There you go. There's the hand.
One more. Yikes! I know, right? One more. One more line that they're going tertiary with here, and it's one of our favorites. It's Apocalypse. Now, Apocalypse to me has been perfect so far. I really don't want them to mess with it. I don't necessarily mind the direction that they're going to go with this, though. So, where do you guys think they might go with Apocalypse that I might actually be okay with?
Wow. I'm thinking the younger Gen Alpha Military Academy kids,
like the training camps.
So I'm totally getting that type of. This is the demographic they're looking for. The ones that are on that line of gamer, not gamer.
Gotcha. So are you looking for a lifestyle shot now, or are you looking for what the tertiary wave is going to be?
I'm thinking there's a lifestyle shot with this.
Oh, there is, but we haven't seen the tertiary wave yet.
Yeah.
Oh, well, please no.
It's got to be they won the war and they're just kicking back.
Reed has the same guess.
Letting their stomachs, get a little fatter.
Reed has
do we have a platypus victory?
Peace treaty time? Brick Dad Builds is also guessing that it's a peace treaty time, or that it's a victory party. So I don't think they want it to end because they're just going further into the apocalyptic world with what do you think this line is going to be called?
What?
So unfortunately, all 3 of you were wrong. It looks like the war is still going on.
It looks like we're at a police state now. Are these?
What's that, Jesse? I'm sorry.
There's a certain way to cut your hair, and these guys are here to make sure.
Well, yeah, definitely. When you join the military, your head gets shaved, and you start from square one. So this could be an indoctrination camp.
Oh my goodness! So this is. I'll let you guys off the hook here. This is Apocalypse and Wombat Friends.
Oh, well, okay.
And this is the hair salon. Now, they are apparently getting along better with the humans than the apocalypse, the platypus are, because they're kind of coexisting, and they're allowed to have their hair salon here, even though they're still being patrolled. But yeah, it's a cute little hair salon in the middle of the apocalypse, and these anthropomorphic wombats are just trying
Welcome
to
to
live their
Norway.
lives.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Norway Fringe set.
Papa Rex said that he just went from 6 to midnight. I'm not sure exactly what that means. Mandatory hairstyle change world. So let's see what else is in the Apocalypse Wombat Friends. And apologies for being so confusing on that one. I do see now that this looks rather like they're being forced to get their haircut. And so I apologize for not being clear.
No. That's completely fine. This is why we have these type of group meetings, is so that we can evaluate tertiary sets, so that we can revise them.
Brick Orphan, it says they're avoiding the conscription.
Yeah.
Disguising themselves as wombats. And so here's the puppy daycare from Apocalypse Wombat Friends, because you still got the humans apparently trust the wombats with their puppies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, they're very peaceful animals.
Yes.
Wombats. So
And
just don't piss them off. That's the big thing.
A grooming station back here, so that the puppies can get their baths, because they probably got a lot of apocalyptic dirt to wash off.
Sure. Yeah.
In this world. They got cute little harnesses even. These humans still take care of their pets, even though they're trying to kill the platypus. Maybe they will get along someday after all. And then here, of course, is the Wombat Friends wiener truck. I don't know why he feels he needs to be armed. Apparently, he doesn't have as good of a relationship with the humans that the hair salon owner and the puppy daycare owner have. But here we are. You can even get, according to this sign, you can get mustard on your hot dog.
Yeah, back out.
Well, I just want to point out that there's obviously no ketchup on it, so it must be a Chicago dog. So
you are correct. I'm pretty sure you are right, and I'm pretty sure that's also in the ChatGPT algorithm for Mark.
So I would have to say this is the Wombat Glizzy stand. So
yeah. All right, so who is this for? We had some guesses before we got to the actual wave itself. Who do you think they're pivoting? What audience do you think they're pivoting towards with Apocalypse Wombat Friends?
I would have to say Wombat human sympathizers.
Ooh, that's a good one, and that's where my mind first went. So Ben always comes up with these really good ones, and I'm just like, no, the Otter Bro set is for Otter Bros, and so I just put like an Otter Bro and someone who looks like me up there, and Ben comes up with creative shit. So I'm like, what would Ben guess? Is what I was trying to come up with.
What would Ben say?
Obviously, the Spanish conquistador.
You know what? That's a whole new segment that needs to be put in when Ben's not here. What would Ben say?
What would Ben say? That we missed an opportunity tonight, did we not?
We did. We did.
So Horde of 66 says furry militia isn't something I need. Yeah, so I guess this line is not for you. So this tertiary wave is not aimed at Horde of 66. And by the way, also the wombats are not in the military. They're just trying to live their lives. Like, I don't know why this guy needs protection there. Yeah. I mean, it looks like the humans even like him. Like, they're buying lunch from him. And so perhaps like there's just, from time to time, maybe there's some sort of like, maybe there's a fourth wave out there of some other sets we'll see where there's like some other villain that he is.
As a veteran, I will point out that we have had Roach Coach or taco trucks or those types of things come out to forward operating areas where they have come out armed to defend themselves in transit. So if this is a field operation where they're coming out to feed the humans out there, I could see this.
So it looks like Lego did the research.
Yes.
Can I guess what this set is for? I think it would be...
Brick Orphanage makes a good guess here. It's for Animal Crossing fans who can't afford the IP tax. Sorry, Jesse, go ahead. What's your guess?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure totally Ben will be on top of this. And Ben knows his terms. These would be sets for Skibbity Wombat Rizzed Up dudes.
I'm going with Jesse there on that one because that sounded very correct.
Good evening, 3 Davis. What's up yourself? Thank you for being here tonight.
Rizzed Up Bras.
Brubs. Yeah. So, no, actually, this set is for fans of the British punk band Wombats.
It's pretty rizzed up, though.
Okay.
That That is super rizzed up, and
That was my second choice. I just,
Yep.
just
Well, there we have it. There's tertiary waves. You guys survived. You guys did a great job, actually. Who needs Ben?
Yeah, we were like so spot on. I could be playing darts right now.
100%. So I get a 4-minute break now, and so do you guys if you guys need the bathroom, because it is another hour, and so my bladder is yelling at me again. And so if we want something skibbity riz, check this out.
Remember that time Ben brought Miles in? Didn't tell him nothing, it's just about your chagrin.
You know what chagrin means?
I forgot.
Okay, chagrin means like something that embarrasses you. What do I do more than anything else that embarrasses and angers you?
Miles looks suspicious as he should have been. You just can't trust that troll Daddy Ben. Miles, check out my fit. Daddy Ben grins. Got that Sigma 5 from your daddy's got the wrist. Miles throws an elbow, wants to hide under a rock. Stop, he laughed, just go build a mock. Let him cook. Daddy Ben went on. Check out the riz of the fit he's got on. Do all these words mean cool? The trolling badass. No, Miles answered, this chagrin was the trap. Daddy Ben shrugs. Then what do they mean? Knock it off, Dad. This just isn't your scene.
Miles, you got the fit on today.
Ah.
Are you gonna say skibbity? Are you gonna say
Sigma?
Daddy Ben's to Ohio. He thinks he's got the wrist. Every time he shifts me, I roll my eyes and cringe. He says whatever he wants, which I guess is kinda stigma. But he's being a dork and I just don't need this stigma. Why would Ben do this? It just isn't nice. Maybe he got some terrible advice. Let this be a lesson. Avoid these Scorpio plotters. Never feed the troll. And you can't trust the honor.
But he thinks that I'm not allowed to know. Like, let him cook. He says I can't know what that means. He says cat.
No, I said mom can't know.
Oh, mom can't know what that means.
Mom doesn't know what that means. I don't know how to explain it.
Right. I can't talk about his fit, his clothes that he's wearing. I can't ship him with anybody. These are things that I can't do. Right.
Daddy Ben is so Ohio. He thinks he's got the wrist. Every time he shifts me, I roll my eyes and cringe. He says whatever he wants, which I guess is kinda stigma. But he's being a dork and I just don't need this stigma. Daddy Ben is so Ohio. Hey, hey, Daddy Ben is so Ohio. Hey, hey, Daddy Ben is so Ohio. Hey, hey.
And there we have it, our latest Think Outside the Blocks garage band song. I'm thinking about starting a segment called Think Outside the Rock, where we go over one of the songs that we developed and the story behind it, just to catch people up in case they're like, what on earth is this? If they're tuning in for the first time, or if they missed the actual episode that we're basing the song off of. Speaking of songs, I would be remiss to have Brick Dad Builds on the show without bringing up the song that he wrote for the theme for this year's Brick World. And I have to admit, I did not think of it this deeply until you wrote this song. Can you tell me what you thought when you were writing the theme song for Brick World 2025, Braving the Elements?
Well, it actually started this right at the end of last year's Brick World, when the theme was introduced.
Nice.
I had put it into thought about that when it was introduced, saying, "Hey, this is going to be the theme for next year," and we got a real snap preview of it. And Braving the Elements, I thought of it in a very literal brick sense of the elements that are here that we're building off. That our world is dictated off of these elements. So the idea of I'm braving the elements to build this for this show and to bring something that I'm putting myself out there. And I know, having met so many different builders and everything last year at the show, people that were there for their first time and finding out about their nerves, their anxiety, and all of their preconceived notions about coming to the show. So being able to put that into context for the music of the fear and everything, sitting in a basement room by yourself, or an attic, or in your closet, or in a garage somewhere, trying to rationalize, what am I going to do so that I can show people what I feel in my build. So trying to put that into context, that's where I started with the origin of that song.
Which is fantastic. And just to be completely transparent, like, my confession on this is I wanted something elemental for the theme. I wanted to inspire people to build with different colors, kind of think of something ethereal, think of something new, think of something original. And it's like the elements could kind of like bring people to that. And if people are building for the theme, adding things, changes to their typical way of building. And I really focused on the elements. And so I was looking for phrases. I Googled phrases that include the elements. And braving was my favorite one, because I'm just like, oh, that's cool. And then when you did the song, it changed the elements to Lego elements. And the brave part is something that we make part of the Brick World brand. But I didn't connect those dots until I listened to your song, where I was like, oh, this is...
Well, we even had a conversation one night about it, because you were just, while you were thinking about it, you were, tinkering and showing me some of the fire and wind and earth and water and those aspects of it. And we had that conversation a little bit, and it was like light bulbs going on for both of us during that conversation and stuff. So, and that's what this entire community is about, is conversing and talking and expanding our concepts and what we see. So to be able to expand that and share all of this in a Brick World sense, to be able to get it out there for everybody, is just phenomenal. So
100%. And like, I think that is something that's struck me over the years, is like, the first time I went to Brick World, I brought everything original that I had on hand that was, still intact and still like show ready. And I just like, that's just kind of the personality I've always had. And that's not everyone's personality. And like, like kind of encouraging people to have that bravery to come and show their stuff for the first time, to be open to criticism, to be open to just putting yourself out there that way. It is like a jump of the soul for some people. And so I really like the way that you incorporated all of that community aspect, because I say till I'm blue in the face, my entire mission with Brick World, the Brick World's mission statement, is to expand the community and provide people resources that they might not have known existed until they came to a Brick World show. And braving the elements. Oh, thank you. You're welcome, of course. But thank you so much for like connecting those dots with me, because it's going to be a much different campaign this year, adding that sort of feeling to it. And just to let everyone know, in case you're not aware what I'm talking about, I'm going to go ahead and play the theme song. And I should wait in case I need another bathroom break, but we're going to go ahead and play it now because I'm talking about it and I want people to hear it. So here it is. This is Braving the Elements, an original song written by Brick Dad Builds. What tool did you use, by the way? What's your GarageBand?
I'd have to look. I don't even know the name of it. It was one I found, and being able to type in the lyrics and do all of that. And then I've actually revised the song 3 times.
Oh, have you? Okay.
Yeah, I went through the lyric system. I had a faster version that I liked, but it didn't communicate the same way that the slower version did. And the slower version has a much more thoughtful feel to it than the faster version does. So
awesome. Well, here it is for your enjoyment and your inspiration. Braving the Elements, the theme song for Brick World 2025. Braving the Elements. Here we go.
When I opened the box
pieces galore. I'm dreaming of castles, but it feels like a chore. These bricks in my hand, they don't make it clear. Where's the blueprint for magic? I'm full of fear. Feeling lost, like I'm blocked by a wall. But I won't let it break me, I'll stand tall. Braving the elements in search of the light. Building my dreams through the endless night. Architect of my passion, with a vision so bright. One brick at a time, I'll win this fight. Kids build unicorns with laughter and ease. Dragons and spaceships, the creativity frees. While I'm counting the angles, frustrated I cry. Searching for answers, wishing I could fly. Every piece tells a tale, I'll find my way. Through trials and errors, it's my play. Braving the elements in search of the light. Building my dreams through the endless night. Architect of my passion, with a vision so bright. One break at a time, I'll win this fight. So I'll keep on building piece by piece. With each creation a moment of peace. Braving the elements in search of the light. Building my dreams through the endless night. Architect of my passion, with a vision so bright. One brick at a time, I'll win this fight. So I'll keep on building piece by piece. With each creation a moment of peace.
Yeah, I really appreciate on last week's show, we had someone join for the first time who I love dearly, who made the comment that if we played that song, and they made the comment that like if that's the way you feel about building, you're not a master builder. And gave me the opportunity to say like coming to Brickworld is not about being a master builder. It's about being part of the community and coming where you're at and being okay with where you're at and having the bravery to show your art and express yourself that way. And that's the canvas we're trying to create for people. I think that song captures it very well. So I do believe, I know I approved a message, and then I had a series of migraines with the weather changing, and then we had the car trouble. So I'm pretty sure it went out. I believe everybody who is coming to Brickworld was invited to request display space this week. So that's opened up, and we're going to start working on getting that stuff done. You guys, as we got a little bit of extra time, I don't want to drag this out too long, but real quick, what are you guys excited about this year for the upcoming Brickworld?
For me, I know that we've expanded the footprint also from what it was last year and actually asked for more space at the convention. So being able to have more show, unless I'm mistaken, but yeah, unless I'm mistaken, having more square footage for people to actually show up and bring what they have to actually show, as well as workshops, classes, roundtables, and all of that, which I hope people understand all of that that's there. So it's not just a weekend show, but there is multiple days beforehand of lessons and interactions that really spur that imagination outside of just coming in and seeing the creations that are already on the floor.
100%. And meeting people, and especially if you haven't been to a convention before, and meeting AFOLs for the first time and being able to talk about it in person. Like for me, when I heard people refer to original creations as MOCs, I'd always refer to them as MOCs because I only ever read it. So I was like, what's a MOC? Like I didn't even associate it. Yeah. Jesse, what are you looking forward to this year, sir?
I'll chime in that same kind of attitude that the
Yeah.
new builders, people that I've actually known for a while now, because the online community is
Mhm.
so welcoming. It's like, hey, I'm gonna build a set, and then all of a sudden I've got all these friends, and then they
Yeah.
go to a convention, and I'm sure there's a dozen or more people that I knew and met for the first time.
Yes.
They weren't really displaying, they're just like feeling it out. Some people
Yeah.
have to, you come as a guest or even get the pass, but don't request space. So I think those first time space request people are going to be very interesting to talk to and welcome and say, hey,
Yeah, the
we're
welcome
on the
part
right
is a big
track,
thing.
you
I
know,
agree with you,
and
Jesse, 100%.
yeah, it doesn't have to be a masterpiece. It has to be like, just you're on the right direction,
Yeah.
whether it's taking inspiration from upsizing sets, that's
Yeah.
definitely what we talked about earlier,
Yeah.
where you kind of start. And Lego these days, it is covering so many different themes and tertiary waves. Like how do I build outside the box of what is available on a set? And it's next to impossible. But you get ideas and then
Yeah.
you come back. So I think people that are like junior level, like that, we know them, but I'm anxious to see some of them either just take that first step or
Yes.
take that next step. With like the statue house guy, like what the heck, like
What?
this thing,
Yeah.
we've
Where'd you get
seen,
your brain, sir?
yeah, like we've seen the new Hashimas and the Cyberpunk super pro, and they keep on going, and
Mhm.
everybody's getting involved, and they've been very welcoming. So the collaborations
Yeah.
are also something I'm looking at forward to, because it seems
Yeah.
like I've seen the collaborations over the years,
Yeah.
and people are seeing this next level new Hashima stuff, and
Yeah.
I gotta think like Game of Thrones and stuff like that was done. I think Euro Breaks, you guys did, like things that were it was okay, but like next there will be some next level inspiration also.
100%. And New Hashima is coming back, by the way, with like a beefed up version. Want to hit some of these comments real quick. Friday Night Brick says it's all about having fun with friends while showing off what you like to build. 100, and that's the key. Showing off what you like to build. Doesn't have to be polished. Doesn't have to be the best. It's what you enjoy doing and sharing that passion with people. Cooper Copper Kayak is here. Our favorite Canadian Alaskan. Paige Pritchard says my first time I did the badge, but no display because I thought I wasn't good enough. Definitely wished I had brought something by day 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
VMAC
Like
says,
right
don't.
away, you're like, ooh.
Yeah, you're like, I should have packed another suitcase. I should have done this. I should have done that. But yeah, Brickworld will always be there for you. So if it's not a mistake. It's a happy accident. It gave you time to feel comfortable, and then then you brought in bigger guns the next year. VMAC Attack says, "Don't forget to bite off too big a piece and max out your anxiety trying to get it done as the date nears." Yes, 100% a part of it.
Yes.
That's my first advice to all newcomers: is learn how to say no, because you're going to meet so many people and you're going to be so excited and you're going to be like, "I'll do this and this and this and this and this," and you'll be like, and the anxiety piece will just push you through the roof. Now, one of the things I'm really glad we started doing was the new attendee bricks for badges. So it's a yellow brick and it says new attendee, and we've branded you with the scarlet letter so that people know that you're new, and it gives them the opportunity to come in and say, hi, welcome to Brick World. Yes, there it is. And then we started giving specific elements to new attendees that they are supposed to keep one and give the other one to the person who they feel helped them the most feel comfortable and get like grounded and associated with the Brick World rhythm. And so that's what we try to do is like encourage people to branch out.
Last year, I know I talked one, and it was kind of a gimmicky. Hey, new attendee, how you doing? And they're like, oh, all right.
Well, for me, one thing I tried to do was I've made a couple videos after my experience at Chicago to try and focus on some of the smaller builds that people brought. because I wanted
Yes.
people to see that it doesn't have to be these giant, massive collaborative
No.
builds
No.
or independent builds. I said, if you have something small that you're proud of and you enjoyed building it, I said, we can make table space for these. You
We
will
will
be
make
next to a
room
bunch
for
of other
those.
people, but
100%. Yes.
I
And that's
wanted people to see that it's not just these big, massive, professional style builds.
Totally.
I said, this is a brick world. It's not London. It's not Paris. It's not New York. It's not LA. This is Ohio, and we build
Like Eddie
everything.
Ben.
So, yeah, we build everything, and there's different styles. There's different themes. There are different levels of builds. So for people to feel welcome, it's a matter of making sure that they know that that's a safe space for them to come and show their builds in.
100%. Yes, nailing it. All right, excellent. All right, so we have built people up. We have encouraged people to come to the show. We've given instructions for people who have been to the show how to welcome new people. Appreciate the conversation very much. Let's go ahead and barrel forward with the rest of the show. We're taking a look right now at the run of show. What's next? It's wishy-washy. We've got some close calls. And since it's just me tonight, I was like, okay, Ben might not be here, so I actually have to pay attention and do the close calls myself. And I went a little overboard. There's like 8 or 9, maybe 19.
We can manage it. We can manage it. It's a close call, but we'll manage it.
All right. First one we're bringing up. We did this last week. If you haven't paid attention to the channel, if you're a subscriber, you've gotten notifications at 3 a.m. sometimes when I've decided to go ahead and like play Animal Crossing at all hours of the day. It's my favorite escapism. And so these first couple are based off of retheming my island. And if you want to see, if you're an Animal Crossing fan or a gaming fan or a cozy game fan, you can go ahead and check out the Brickworld Crossing live streams by going to the YouTube channel and hitting the live button and looking at anything that starts with cozy. So those are all the Animal Crossing themes. Excuse me. Oh, wow. Sorry, that was really loud. It's like, that's what happens. I'm like a whiskey and a half in, and my body's like, no,
I don't know what
too
you're talking
old
about
for this. I know, right? Neither do I. I have no idea what I just said. But we're going to start doing this consistently, Brickworld Crossing, on Wednesday evenings at 11 p.m., I think. But we'll actually have a plan instead of me just getting on drunk and going, let's go to my island and do some fun stuff, which Lego Team B is very, very familiar with. B Mac Attack is already voting for Yub Nub, which is the only correct answer.
Let's go swimming.
Reed has a really great comment here based on the on Brickworld vibes. That or make friends with people who have builds you like. That is how collaborations start. The collaborations I have led are sometimes good and sometimes so. But you collaborated, like you learned.
Yeah.
Like there's no mistake. It's a happy accident. You'll take something from it for sure. So here's our first one for the evening. This is our first close call. We're taking a look at one of my islands. It's called Buttland. I am retheming it into a fairy tale island. So I'm wondering which one of these 4 characters is a better normal villager. And the reason I have that in quotes is because it's one of the personalities that comes with the game. And so it's a female character. She has a specific personality. And I have one on the island right now that I'm thinking of replacing. And these are 4 options right here. So Rob Claxton says that what I done, what I done with my first time going to Brickworld Chicago in 2023. I got a feel of the convention. Now I'm displaying. Excellent. That's what I did with my first time going to, there we go. Okay. So Norma, damn, right away says Norma. So here's the 4 options, you guys. There's Norma, Shavra, Gale, and Jambette. Thoughts?
I'm thinking that a common villager that I would expect to see from you on your island would probably be Norma, but it's close with Gale.
It's close with Gale. So Gale is the current normal on my island. And
that's what I was thinking.
Ben turned me off from her because of all of the hearts on her body, which I didn't even realize until he brought it up. She has hearts on her paws and hearts on her tail and hearts on her nose. And I was just like, I'm not an 8-year-old girl. So maybe I don't necessarily want Gale. She was the first normal I ran into on a mystery island, which is where you pick up your villagers. And so I was just kind of saying yes to everybody. And so she's been there from the beginning, and I've just gotten used to her. And so it's more of a nostalgia thing with me, where if I separate myself from that and look at it, I'm like, that's not a great. The alligator design for the game is not great. It's not a Fabuland alligator, and yeah, maybe she's a little too cutesy. I
do remember watching one night when you went by here and you said, "Hey, Gail," and you just kept going. It's like,
hi, Gail. Yeah, yes, exactly. And plus, her original dress. By the way, you can put them in anything you want. She will not wear this for the rest of the game because I've given her so many clothing options that she looks better in. And this baby doll dress or whatever is awful. Jesse, your thoughts?
I was thinking Norma at first, but with the fairy tale, all I'm going by is the words. I don't know the game.
No, that's great. That's perfect.
If you wanted, like, if I envision a new fairy tale island, I like the second one, the goat. Chevra.
Yeah.
Because there's just some different colors there,
Mhm.
Yeah, the pink is too much.
The pink is too much, but Chevra would look great in pink, I think.
Yep, that's fine. But there's
lavender.
a mix of colors.
Lavender,
there,
yeah,
a little
definitely.
blue in the eye, in the horns, and the tuft of hair.
Well, you guys are just way too polite because Jambette was a joke and a half. Like, what is
Jambette
wrong?
looks way too chill.
What is? Well, the design is awful. What is with these lips? Why?
I wasn't even going to go there. I was just talking about her just facial characteristics of just being like, I'm here. It's chill. It's whatever.
She's not a real option. One of the worst designed characters in the game. So it is definitely between these three. And I'm leaning heavily towards Chevra. Although the reason I like Norma is because I think there's only 3 cows in the game. And she's more like subtly pink. But I think Chevra is the way to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see that as populace versus Norma being a mother and Gail kind of being a princess.
And that's kind of the thing is like if it's a fairy tale, I can immediately connect Chevra to like maybe she's the sister of the Billy Goats, Gruff.
Yeah. I'm getting that.
Alligator?
See,
Not
when
really
you
a
say fairy tale and stuff, I go back to my old school Disney and Gold Book thought processes. So I'm looking at Norma as the old school farm story classic stuff. So that's a gray area for me.
And I
can see both of those too.
That's why she'd be good too. I think the alligator is not really fairy tale. And as Brick Orphanage points out, she looks a little J-pop. Which it is a Japanese game.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
But I think that's mostly because of her color tones.
I think you're absolutely correct there. And so I think I'm leaning towards Chevra, but I definitely can do Norma. It will be the nostalgia of it. Because when I started the game and the things that I was going through at the time, not being able to run the business that I just purchased for a lot of
the
chaos. And the blizzard that I was sitting during where I'm like, I can't even go outside. So yeah, there's that. But if I'm going to look at it now and that I'm retheming it, it may be time to let go of those things, and maybe that'll be a good healing moment for me to to move on.
Thank you everyone for tuning in with Therapy for Mark. So
that pain. We do that every week for sure.
we do. Yeah, it usually comes right before rants. So
and that's where we're at.
Okay, so now our next close call.
Better Jock Villager for a Fairy Tale Island. And so there's not necessarily any fairy tale characters here. However, I won't say another word. You guys tell me your reaction to these 3 characters.
Okay. Well, based on the fact that it's just better Jock Villager, Pierce is obviously the jock. He's got the Letterman sweater on. He is every bit the jock, where Goose over there, he's the frat bro. That's just kind of like, yeah, man, we went to the Kager last night, and I'm totally getting that vibe. And then
yes, he really comes out that way in the game.
Tybalt's he looks kind of thuggish. He kind of looks like a bully, so I couldn't see him as the jock type.
V Macatech says Goose. So Tybalt, as you just said, like the bully. My entire other island is called Brokey. And it's all bros. And as we talked about last week, one of my first crushes as a closeted gay boy as a kid. First one was Christopher Reeve in Superman 2. The second one was Biff Tannen in Back to the Future.
Oh, okay.
So, hello. Tybalt is a bully, says Landon Bell. Okay, all right, fine. Fair enough. I am leaning towards Pierce, by the way. Jesse, thoughts here?
I don't know. Pierce, it looks too fake for me with a bird and a sweater. Sorry. For some reason, Goose looks better and has a better attitude.
He's so fun.
But I think it wouldn't clash enough with your common villager choice if you do with the shovel with the white fur. So I'd probably pick the tiger or whatever, Tybalt. It's a little mean looking, but it's got a sweatshirt. That's what jocks wear. So I'd go with Tybalt, actually.
There you go. Yeah.
See, my thought process was when I looked at each of the characters, I'm like, who can I see running with a football for the jock? So
Pierce definitely.
Well, and see, that was the thing is, Goose, I don't see him running with the football. I see him running at the tailgate party.
100%. Like
now,
he's past
now
his prime.
Pierce, I see him running with the football or, spiking a football. And then, that's still in the football.
Yeah, Tybalt's more of a offensive line.
Standard jock for me.
Standard, yeah. So, I love Brick Orphanage says Goose looks like a chicken sandwich restaurant mascot. Well, and that's what struck me is like one of our new besties, Copper Valor, who we picked up from the Animal Crossing streams, was like, I've never had a chicken. And I was like, yeah, I don't like the chicken designs, but I like Goose.
Goose, welcome to Hawaiian chicken sandwiches.
Exactly.
Chicken and rice.
So the very first character I had in the game, the first time I played was Goose. And so that's why it's really, really going to be hard to kick him off the island and go with Pierce or Tybalt. And Tybalt, by the way, also has I was a theater major in college, and he is named after one of the characters from Romeo and Juliet. It's a pretty rough go to think about getting rid of Goose at all, but to go between Pierce and Tybalt as the replacement, because there is one other jock on the island, but he is my boyfriend Tank. He's never leaving. VMAC Deck says Goose is that heavy guy we all know that can shoot hoops like God. Yes, and that's the energy he has in the game too. And he can't.
And then walk over to the bleachers and get a beer.
Yes, exactly. All right, so this is as close as it was before we started, and that's fair. I know it's a hard decision. You got to know what family you're going to have with you when you're going cozy with Animal Crossing, which, again, you can join us for Rickroll Crossing on Wednesday nights. Real quick, Brick Orphanage is on this, too. The Pierce sweater makes me think lacrosse jock. Tybalt looks like he sells pills.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, put him in some. If you put Tybalt in some high tops.
It's very fair with a gold chain. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's move on from Animal Crossing and tell me what you think about this. Grumpfluencing. Is it compelling content or is it an annoying trend?
It's an annoying trend. I don't think this is going to even be close.
But people Grumpfluencers actually have a lot of followers.
Yeah, it's clickbait.
Unfortunately, the reason they have a lot of followers is because they're saying a lot of stuff that we all think, but just don't say.
Which has its place, but you have to trust that person to do both.
True.
And a lot of people out there are just latched on, I think, to the negative side. This, by the way, real quick, let me do a diatribe on this guy. I left out his name because he's got to be 12 in the first place. And this is not a pimple-faced kid. I really want this guy to go to a dermatologist because there's I count 97 moles on his face. And this is a freeze frame of him saying the word disgusting. And so, side note, they finally revealed the Switch 2 this week, which I've been saying 1,000 times, please, Nintendo, let these poor influencers off the hook, because they were just coming out with content, daily content about the rumors and the leaks, the possibly fake leaks.
Give them something solid, yeah.
Where we're Lego fans. We get new news every week. We could only discuss this week's news for a half hour. Where these guys are grasping at straws for a 10-minute video to piece all of the rumors together. And so this is finally he released, and this is a freeze frame, and he only has like 88 subscribers, so I'm not like too worried about like his face getting out there or whatever. I do believe he's a kid, so I don't want to shame him too much, but this is a freeze frame of him saying the word disgusting, which he said about 18 times in like the 1 minute I watched. And I actually think I'm super excited about the Switch 2 coming out. I may
It looks pretty good to me from
what
what I've seen for it.
it looks amazing from what I know. I don't know that I'd be disgusted by it or anywhere near disappointed by it. Brick Orphanage also says, I'm not sure what a grumpfluencer is, but now I want to be one. So it's an influencer who's very grumpy. So VMAX is annoying. There's a difference between critic and grumpfluence. Yeah, and there's the same when you go to Brick World. Same with any sort of criticism. That's the entire point of Think Outside the Blocks, is how to provide constructive criticism instead of insults. And so I think these people are so removed from the brand, they think they're so high up that they can just like rebel against them. And so I think that's become kind of an unfortunate trend. You see it a lot.
They bash a brand so much that they become disillusioned that they're above the brand, not understanding that the brand put them where they're at, even by bashing on it. So if that brand did not exist, they would not exist, and they lose track of that. So they forget the positive side of the brand.
I think too, we've seen it happen in the Lego community for sure. When they go negative, sometimes that's what puts them over the top. That's what gets them viral. That's what gets them viewers in the first place. And then they stick with that and they leave out the other parts of their personality. Z Cerberus says it's annoying. They leave out the other parts of their personality or any sort of like constructive bone in their body. And they just stick to the negative to keep it. It's almost like a dopamine rush. The Fives Fig. That was when Ben and I were first getting into influencing. The Fives Fig was a big rant. The extra commemorative figure that came with the Tanti 4 hallway scene. You guys remember that?
I think
you guys know what a Fives Fig is? Yeah, exactly. Because we don't latch on to these sorts of things. So let's move on to the next one. I think we have a pretty solid consensus on this one, actually.
Yeah. The consensus is it's annoying because they leave out the good parts, and it just becomes a dread to actually catch it. So
100%. And it gets hard to listen to after a while. Like, you don't want that much negativity in your life every day if everyone you follow is just negative. So screen time notifications. Do you want this shit? Do you want your phone telling you how many hours a day?
It's gonna vary because of life. Just leave me alone. Save my battery.
I do like it telling me
I am literally torn on this because it helps keep me aware, because I know if I'm gaming or stuff like that, I will get lost on time. And I've sat on and played PlayStation before where I'm like, oh, I think it feels like it's 11 o'clock at night. No, it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
So a notification that pops up and says, hey, reminder, you have to sleep sometime. It does help sometimes, but at the same time, it is annoying to get those because it reminds you that you're not inhuman.
You're talking to a guy who was like live streaming Animal Crossing over the holidays and was like, all right, I should end this stream because it's 3 hours. And then I look at the clock as I'm hitting end stream because they're right next to each other.
4 a.m.
And the clock says 6:15 a.m. And I'm like, oh, is it? I didn't know that. Yes.
There was a couple I watched where it was 4 a.m. and I'm like, okay, I'm out.
And I'm still sitting here like, now let's go swim in the ocean and catch sea creatures.
Yeah, that's exactly what you did too. So
I know, because that's where I like to end, because it makes me feel like cozy and like relaxed. But then I would swim in the ocean for like 2 hours.
Yeah, you're like, oh look, one more. Look, there's some bubbles. Let's wait and see if the bubbles move.
V Macadak says, I don't need it, so I don't want it. I will say over the holidays, I got a notification for my screen time that I had spent on average over the past week 4 hours a day on my phone. And I was like, don't judge me. But at the same time, I was like, what am I doing 4 hours a day on my phone? Why? And so seeing a reduction in that since then has felt good. but at the same time, it is a mixed bag. It's a close call. Rick Orphan says, "How am I supposed to beat my screen time record every week?"
Right. I just need 15 more minutes. Yeah.
right. Just one more minute, I'll kill it. Yeah. All right. Next one. What's a better permanent name for Gen Z? Because before I go on with the options, Gen Z is sticking only because we have so much information in our faces every day with socials and media and blah, blah, blah. The only reason they give these designations early is because marketing companies need something to refer to them as. And we had the same problem with millennials. They called them Gen Y for a long time. So much so that people think that they are Gen Y, but they're not, because Gen X, as a Gen Xer, I will say it was not an alphabetic thing. We were an X factor. We didn't know what future we were going to have. We thought we were going to make less money than our parents. We were kind of
a
like
transition period of society. So yeah, it was the X factor.
100%. And so now they're doing Y, Z, alpha, beta. First of all, fuck off. That's not
Gen X made them go alphabetic.
But they're stuck there. They're totally stuck there. They can't even go back to A from the beginning. It's just like, well, let's start over. Let's just go on to the Greek alphabet. So it's like, here's what I've heard, like the actual like social anthropologists call them. One is homelanders, which the reason for that is they're the first generation to grow up with homeland security, which, okay, that's very cerebral. That's very political. That's a little deeper dive than I think people want to go to when thinking about what makes a generation. I think iGen, which is the other option I've heard, makes a ton more sense. VMAC Attack suggests Generation Me, which is very close to iGen. However, that's not one of the options that's on the table as like people who discuss this stuff on a daily basis are starting to
hashtag Gen.
Hashtag Gen, I love. I love Generation Me and hashtag Gen, but these are the two options: iGen or Homelanders. What do you think?
I don't like Homelanders, but it's definitely the technology factor that kids are having. Not now, it could be AI Gen AI, because it's the first, like, AI's taking that bound. And the exponential rate that it learns, and we're using now, whether it's for simple songs or videos.
See, I don't like Homelanders because it's not a global term.
100%. Good point. That's a very good point. VMAC Attack, Reed, and Ben all vote for iGen. Where the hell is Ben that he's been in the chat like all night? I really don't think Homeland Security defines them. Neither do I. It's like because they have to go to the airport and take off their belt every time. Like that, the lack of privacy definitely. Yeah. Go ahead, Brick Dad. Sorry.
No. I was just thinking about the iGen, and I think they would be more of a Nickelodeon Gen. Or something like that, because the culture defines them, not necessarily the because there was more than just the data and information like that. Gen Xers, we were latchkey kids, but also Gen X. So you say latchkey kid, we understand what a latchkey kid was. That was a generational thing. So 100%. What is a generational thing? Like Zennials, those are little brothers, little sisters that are in that gap between them, and then millennials. They're the transition of the digital age, where Gen Xers, we had the birth of the digital age.
Yes.
But we were latchkey kids. We managed and raised ourselves.
Let's pretend this is 2002. This question would say, what's a better permanent name for Gen Y? Millennials or Gen D? Because they were considering calling them Gen D for digital. Was the other option at that time. I do some social anthropology shit. So I remember that. So Ben says, lies, I've been in and out of the chat, Chuck. Well, I'm not Chuck. And no, you've been here the whole time.
Ben's been keeping tabs on us to make sure we stay on task.
He's got an earbud in. He's listened to the entire thing for sure. So Jesse, I agree with you.
Better mustache.
His kids agree. So Jesse, I agree with you that like the generation that's growing up now, AI is going to define them, but that's like beta or
well, I mean,
or
even going back
what-
to
Sigmas, whatever's next.
Yeah, just because like the roots of that are search engines, so they definitely understand filters for search engines.
The
Gen
algorithm
Z,
generation.
I would almost label them
Yeah.
streamers.
Stream gen.
Influencer gen.
No, not influencers, but streamers, because they were the first ones. If you ask them what cable is, they have no clue.
Oh, exactly. Good point. Good point.
So streaming services is their birthright.
So I think we all agree. Degenerates, says Z Cerberus. So I think we all agree that the it's more about what's happening with like social media and digital communication than it is about homeland security.
Mm-hmm.
So not a close call. So next question. How sad is Orion today? She's very sad or extremely sad. She is so used to having 2.5 hours of exercise a day, sometimes 7. If I take her to doggy daycare and the dog park.
Is this a before eating or after?
This is even before eating.
Extremely sad.
Good call. I think you're right. I guess this isn't as close as I thought.
It's a good side eye. Pretty extreme.
Yeah.
That's why I asked the food question.
Yeah. This poor girl, she's like, she ran around at the park all morning. When I was stopping and talking to people, she was very like, what do you call it? Like a baby deer on ice walking for the first time. Like you could tell the ground was like hurting her paws.
Oh,
So
quick question, Mark. Can I judge you for something real quick?
Of course.
The diploma that's leaning against the wall over there?
Yes. So don't judge me. Judge Matt husband. Judge me because he did lay it there because I'm supposed to hang those above each other on the wall. However, I mean, you're a grown man of 50 years old. You should know how to find a stud at this point without your husband having to do it for you. But okay.
I am not going to make any references to finding a stud in this
in this context. Yeah, good call. Yeah, if you can't find a stud, Matt husband. VMAC text, his dog is thrilled at -4. She hates the cold. Then why is she thrilled?
Thrilled to not be outside.
Oh, okay. Well, Orion is still she's got a lot of puppy energy, and she needs to be outside. She needs the exercise. She will entertain herself in the house. She does love to take toys and throw them down the stairs and chase them, and she'll run up and down the hallway. All good. But at the same time, she will look at us like every time we move, like, are we going into the park? And I'm like, no, because my skin was on fire earlier. Let me see if I have any more. I think this might have been my last one. Yep, last one. There we go. Close calls are done. We're moving on to the rants with a W for the week, which, by the way, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but early on in the evening, for some reason, I thought it was tea. So I said totally frozen, and I changed it to winter burn at some point during the evening because I was like, I saw that Jesse
and we
was
can definitely
with her.
say it's wonderfully winter outside for everyone. So,
wow,
it is not wonderful here right now. So
being
we're
inside definitely makes it wonderful.
So after the dog park, I was down here, I was shivering. And so finally I was like, all right, I need to do something. So I put the heat up to 72. I have some space heaters down here, but we bought them for the basement reconstruction. And our contractors were amazing. They did great work down here. I'm very happy with what they did. But the one thing they did that pissed me off was I bought these space heaters to like dry the drywall. And when they started sanding, they didn't put the space heaters away. And I was trying to stay out of here and like stay out of their way. And so they're still covered in like drywall dust. And I'm afraid to plug them in. Even if I clean them off, I'm afraid there's too much dust inside that it'll start a fire. You'd think I'd just order a new one because I'm sure Amazon can have one here by 4 a.m. But we're moving on right now to ranting. And so you guys seemed...
Welcome to your micro rant.
Both interested, yeah, exactly. Both interested in ranting this evening. And so I will go last because you guys are the guests. So who feels like ranting first? Either one of you?
I'm always ready. Not always,
Whenever,
but
whichever.
if I'm ready, I'm ready.
Jesse is up first then, because Jesse, as a common co-host here, gets first dibs for sure. No offense, Brick Dad Builds. I'm just saying words while I pull up my timer.
Not a problem.
And you let me know, sir, when you are ready, and I will get the stuff going.
Am I on?
Not quite yet. I guess I wasn't ready.
I'm on the screen.
And I don't hear the song playing. It says it's playing, but it lied.
There's a little song playing, so I'm going to start ranting about Lego doing fake doors, fake elevators especially. Why would you put mechanics and buttons on the side of a wall that goes nowhere? You know I'm talking to you, Daily Bugle, and recently in X Mansion. What? Why? Where's this lab? How do I get in this elevator? There's nothing there. You can't get in the elevator. You can't go up or down. It's not even a sliver of an elevator. Do you know what an elevator is, Lego? I can't believe they've extended this into the Cullen house with a fake garage door. A garage door to a piano? You can't do that. I have mocked things to correct these things, and you have to have real elevators, real staircases.
5 seconds.
And just put them in there. Put the elevator in there, have the doors open, and let them cook.
Let them
Good
cook.
rant,
Let
my
them
friend.
cook.
Let them cook. That's right.
No, I totally feel you, Jesse, and I agree with you 100% on that rant. Lego, make it functional.
Yeah.
You got to do better, Lego. Do better.
I don't have an example, but I made my bugle with the elevator outside the building, which is kind of cool. A glass elevator outside the building, and it functions.
Nice.
Put them
Oh, there you go. Yeah, genius. Well, was it a mistake that they did that, or was it a happy accident because it gave you an opportunity to be really creative and build something cool?
Yeah, that's what I say to people that like, oh, I wish Lego would make this set. You make it. This is your opportunity. Yeah. Whenever you catch yourself saying that, that's your opportunity to do them.
Yeah, don't be just a grumpfluencer. Fix it.
Exactly. So V Mac Attack fixed my mini rant by saying drywall dust is not flammable. Apparently gypsum is not flammable. Good to know.
It's not, no, but
blow it off and have a go. I will.
It'll stink for a little bit, but you'll be good.
Perfect. So Reed says, need a glass elevator. I don't know why I almost said Brick Dad Builds. However, Brick Dad Builds, you are up. Are you ready to rant tonight?
I am ready to rant, yes.
All right, let me set the timer and
okay, listen
piece
up.
of cake and
listen
go.
Up. Okay, listen.
Legoland Discovery Center, if that is your real name, why do you not accommodate the AFOLs more with what you're doing? The demographic of adult fans of Lego need to be included at Legoland Discovery Center. We want to have access because you're regional, you're in our areas, you're where we're at. Not all of us, especially us builders, spend our money on Lego. We want to stay close and go and see Lego. So Legoland Discovery Center, you need to fix yourself and start doing more adult fan of Lego nights. Stop saying, oh, we're only going to do it for special holidays or special events, and we're going to do it in the evenings. Well, we're adults. We work. We want other accommodations to be able to come and enjoy. Plus, we have money to spend. Let us spend it there. You have stores as well. Do you want us to buy your Lego, or do you want us to go to stores or order online? I don't think it's that hard for you to be able to accommodate one weekend a month for adult fan of Lego to come and enjoy your attractions.
Haha, good call. So tell me, so which one do you go to?
I go to Schaumburg, the one right there in Chicago. But we have 3 in the area here in Chicago. There's the next closest one is going to be over in Michigan, and then down to Kansas City.
Yeah, Kansas City isn't exactly close.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Regional wise, those are the next closest ones to the Chicago area.
So the fun thing about Schaumburg is you're actually not allowed to go in unless you have a child with you.
That's one of the limitations of Legoland Discovery Centers, not the park, not the Legoland theme parks, but the 12 Discovery Centers that are in the U.S. and North America. Unless you have a minor under the age of 18 with you as an adult fan of Lego, you're not allowed to go in there unless it is an adult fan of Lego night or special event. Now, the same side of that is even if you're a 16 to 18-year-old teenager, you're not allowed to go in there without an adult with you as well. So there's a gray area of what they could be doing to attract and bring in more clientele that they're not doing.
100%. And like, I understand it and I appreciate it, but like there is a bit of obtuseness for it. So my ex, who I worked with at Legoland, tried to go in to Legoland Atlanta with his husband and wasn't allowed in. He was like, I designed half of this. And they're like, we can't. Well, and plus they're at the door. And so that's their job, is to say no, but they wouldn't let him in.
The only way that I've been able to actually get in there is because I've been listed as a contractor with them for commercial reasons. So I'm able to log in, sign in, and then go in and actually work there. So I have to physically stop every time I go in there and log in as a contractor, as a non-employee, to make sure that I check in with them. So,
well, that's crazy, because like even someone who built half of the LDC was not
for sure,
allowed in.
Like I'm the designer that built. I physically put that together on that far side over there that I can't go. I built that. Yeah, I can't go touch it again.
Yeah,
that is crazy. Yes. So that's one of my missions this year, is to visit all of the LDCs and work with Merlin Entertainment to start changing their policy for adult fan of Lego accommodations at least once a month, to have a designated weekend for adult fans to come in there. That is a parents and people be aware that this weekend is a specific any age weekend. The other 3 weekends are accommodations for adult and child only. So it's not.
How many other properties deal with that, and it's specifically that way?
Very few where they have even Chuck E. Cheese doesn't do it. So
it's a very so the parks are operated by a company called Merlin Entertainment, and I don't know, they're London based.
Yes.
So I don't know why they operate this way in the States.
All of the Discovery Centers and the theme parks are all Merlin Entertainment.
Yes. Oh, I know, because that's who I worked for. Unfortunately, because they don't like to pay people like living rates. And so they are very obtuse. And so I can't see this rant, unfortunately, going anywhere, even if they actually watched it. But yeah, it is rather frustrating, because it's like, I think even Lego knows that like adults are a huge part of their fandom. The LDCs are confusing because they're not necessarily even fun for kids. And not welcoming to adults. It's like, how do you survive this? How do you stay in operation? Which they've been going for 10 years, because like all the ones that I worked on are still in operation. And it surprises me. They have a budget for this. So real quick, a lot of comments on this one. VMAC Tech says the one in Colombia is great. Paige Pritchard says it's not easy to kidnap a child to get in normally. Brickworm says Kansas City LDC used to have monthly adult nights, but I haven't checked in a long time. Also says, but a big chunk of an LDC is basically a big jamboree, so kids end up unattended a lot. It's a predator wonderland. It's also a small area. It's also a huge. They do a lot of group sales, so it's a lot of field trips, a lot of daycare trips. And it's a lot of people watching those kids in the meantime, because it's all groups. VMAC Tech says you're not trying hard enough, Paige.
Well, that's something that I've been blessed to experience over the last several months working with the LDC here in Chicago, was getting to know how they function, what they do, the type of clientele they get, and how their normal daily structures work at the LDCs.
Yeah.
Because you were theme park, or were you actually LDCs also?
I was studios. So I did everything.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So being able to see that, and then I've had a couple emails with Merlin Entertainment. Nothing has come of those yet, but I'm still continuing to pursue those to get some more communication with them.
We
Mostly,
should talk.
well, they're changing some things right now with their social media advertisements and stuff. All of the LDCs currently have independent TikTok, Instagram, and social media accounts. And what they're doing now is they're combining all of that into one mass communications channel under TikTok, which is going to be LDC North America. And I'm actually working on that right now to try and get in connection with that and see if we can work on maybe not necessarily changing policies, but making some accommodations to at least get some more access for adults.
We should talk, and we should talk about this comment. They stayed in operation by paying peanuts. Robert Claxton says the Discovery Center in Washington, D.C., you can go into the Lego store through the mall.
That is correct, yes.
That's great. Is it a big shop or is it a Lego store? VMAC Attack says the staff at the Columbus LDC brought me parts out to the build table so I could finish my mock. They know who's funding them. My eyes get older as I have a couple of these.
Well, most LDC, unless I'm mistaken, every LDC has a retail store. There's only a few of them that are not associated with the VIP or insider point system.
Correct.
But most of those, if you have a membership to the Discovery Center, they will give you a 10 or a 15% discount on retail purchases also. Now, if you don't have any kids, obviously having a membership doesn't make much difference because you can't have a membership without a kid. But the other thing is, a lot of the LDCs have now been built into malls.
The
new ones are built into the mall. So the retail side of it is accessible from the mall as well as from the amusement side.
Which is a great move on their part.
Oh yeah,
Really
yeah. You come out of as soon as you come out of the amusement side, you physically have to go through the retail side to get out of the establishment.
Yeah, and can they go into the retail side without a minor?
That is correct. Yes.
Good.
Yeah, all of the retail side, any LDC. If you don't have a store close and you have an LDC, you can still go in there and buy. Just don't count on getting insider points.
Oh boy. Yep. All right, big can of worms with that rant. I'm gonna rant, and let me bring myself up here. All right, here goes. This is a little like a little part 2 from last week's rant, and here we go. Yes, thank you, algorithms from Google and YouTube and whoever, if that is your real name, listen up right now. You really screwed me over last week. Not only have you been bogarting all my time with Brody that dude, you actually demonetized our last stream because Brody that dude actually uses like cool music with his stream. So I guess I'll mute it, and so I'll just show you like the dad bod and the dog bod that's going on in this, and like you're pulling all my time away from working with these amazing dogs and this. What? Don't do this to me. I'm trying to work. Why are you putting these in my algorithm as I'm trying to be a responsible human adult, but you're giving this to me, and then I have to pay for it by not getting monetized on the stream because he's so cool. He uses amazing music. You should burn in hell. And that's my minute. Stop. There
totally valid, and I'm so glad you did a continuation of last week.
Because who is this guy, you guys? All right, as long as it's muted, let's take another look because we just have to. Brody, that dude. I mean, come on.
You know, if it wasn't for the dog, he would just be another bro.
Exactly. But he has 2 dogs, one of which is a golden, and one of which is a part Yeti. Part Pyrenees, and look at this. She does the sneak attack. She's like, you can't see me. I am stealth. I am the night.
That's adorable. Ding dong.
A ding dong, a doorbell. Look at that.
The pounce, the total pounce. Yeah.
I know she thinks she's a puppy, and she's like, she weighs probably more than I do. Not size shaming her.
Total woman bounce away.
Love all of this, but anyway, it's too much for me. Like you can't expect me to look away from this, and then I have to pay for it by like not getting monetized because he played a cool song because he's cool.
VMAC 100%.
Yeah, maybe. But Brody, by the way, Brody's the dog. So no, you're wrong.
What's the other dog's name?
Luna.
Brody and Luna? Okay.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, please absolutely follow this account, because everything they do is hilarious and fun, and it's kind of like the
dog toys and everything. That's cool that they did the follow-up video. I was worried about that. So
this is the follow-up video here. So you see him go into his shelter, and the slow-mo of his body jumping into the pit is a little bit too much. But here's him like going to the he does a lot of gratuitous slow-mo. Here they go. They're going to give all those toys to these sweet little angels. Got to play with
I saw a shelter video one day. It was absolutely amazing. They made a bunch of rows in a gymnasium and lined up toys, and then took each dog and let the dog run down it to actually pick their own toys. So the dogs had all of these toys to choose from, and then they would go and they pick it, and then they just go absolutely crazy, chewing on their toy and everything. It was phenomenal. So
my feed is so full of those. Like, we went to a rescue shelter. We found this emaciated dog, and then 6 months later, this is how the dog is doing now. And it's like, I sit there, I cry.
Yeah.
So you guys, this has been a great stream, an excellent episode. I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight and for sharing everything we did about Brickworld. That was one of my favorite segments of the night, was the spontaneous one.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. This is my first. So, Jesse, which half of the cherry do you want? Mark, you get the other.
I don't know. I'll take the left half, I guess.
Okay, there you go. No, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Jesse.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah.
And you guys.
Pleasure.
Go ahead, Jesse.
Just happy to be here. Stay warm, everyone. It's gonna be crazy, but the convention circuit has begun. So get out there and get your elements in order.
So do you guys? By the way, Matt was really hoping that I would end by 10, and we didn't. Do you think that was a mistake?
No, I think that was a happy accident, Mark. And you know what?
Yeah.
There are no happy accidents.
I think there are happy accidents. I think there's no mistakes, actually.
That is correct. That is correct, yes.
That's a really good point there. There are no mistakes, only happy accidents. So says our great friend, Bob Ross. And I will leave you all tonight with one of our favorite songs. Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining us. As usual, we'll be back next week. Hopefully, Ben will be here. And maybe we'll bring in some, because this was fun having multiple panelists. Maybe we'll start bringing in more than just one person a week. Can't promise anything. We'll see what happens. Thank you all for joining us. Have an excellent week. See you soon. And now I have to hit this button.
A new Lego set, can't wait to see. Oh, it's Peely Bone, okay, what could it be? Half banana, half bone. It's a bonkers sight. Be it stupid or cute, it just doesn't seem right. Guts, oh, what it's like to behold. Little brown splatters, stories untold. Is it a bruised banana or something else? How did Peely Bone end up on the shelves? A banana with a skeleton, what's the deal? A mashup too wild to find the appeal. He's not a doorbell, don't say ding dong. Every part of Peely Bone is just plain wrong. Don't say ding dong, don't say ding dong. Just plain wrong, just plain wrong. Don't say ding dong, don't say ding dong. Every part of Peely Bone is just plain wrong.